Welcome to
Cancon Day 2,
baby.
Game 4.
Yes, Game 4.
Yes.
On Sunday, the 27th of January.
26th for you guys in the land of yesterday.
Yes. Ozhammer is now hosting our stream.
Thanks, Ozhammer.
Thank you very much, Ozhammer. All right.
So we have Jeremy Young versus Hayden Walduck. Jeremy Young is playing a fairly straight up and down Covens army with some Cabal of Blackheart and a Doomseer. I'll run through the list quickly for you guys. He's got a battalion detachment. Actually, is anybody even watching it? He's got 11 people. We've got a battalion detachment, Urian Rakarth, and a Homunculus. Then we have 10 racks, 5 racks, filling out the battalion requirements. 7 Grotesques with the Cleavers, of course. 3 Talos with Haywire. 3 Talos with Haywire. And then a Raider, which I'm guessing he's sticking one of the racks in. He's got a Spearhead detachment. Give you one guess what it is. It's Covenant of the Blackheart. He's got an Archon, triple Disintegrator Ravagers, and a Razorwing Jet Fighter. So he's got a Razorwing in there as well. Can't hurt. Then lastly, he has an auxiliary detachment with Doomseer. Farseer not on Warbike. So Allotox Farseer, who's just going to be taking Doom.
Yeah. Doom.
Okay.
Do you reckon he knows the Doom song?
He probably does.
You've watched Invader Zim?
Yes.
Yeah. Doom.
Then we have Hayden Walduck. Both these players are 3-0. They're both undefeated going into day 2. They're both in contention to be pushing the top tables at the end of this menagerie, this marathon. So Hayden Walduck, he is taking a Demons battalion. He has a Poxbringer, a Sloppy Bar Papa.
Just one sec. It's Hayden Walduck and Jeremy Young. Just had a question, which Jeremy and which Hayden? Because there's multiple.
Oh, yes, that's actually right. That's exactly right. So he has a Poxbringer, a Sloppy Bar Papa. Sloppy Bar Papa. It's always fun to say. He has Scrawl Pox Scrivener, so he has the trifecta of the 3 Noble Heralds. So he's got all the buffs. Then he has Plague Bearers. 30 mans. 120 Plague Bearers, straight up, right there.
Do you reckon he's got enough? No, I'm kidding.
I don't think he's got enough. Then he has a Pootree, a Feculent Nalmor. It is called the Pootree, or the Feces Sapling. Just made that up then. Seems all right. Then lastly, he has a Supreme Command attachment with a Bloodmaster, a Fluxmaster, and 514 summoning points.
Yes.
X Factor summoning points. Watch out, babies. It's a thing. So, what do you think? What do you think of these lists? I think that it's actually going to be an interesting matchup. Based on mission type and ATC missions, I've got to give the Horde Factor the advantage.
Yeah.
But Jeremy Young's list is very good.
Also, Jeremy Young's a top player. Both are top players. I mean, obviously they're going 3-0 so far, yeah.
Pretty good.
Send a message to.
Yeah, we'll do.
Yes. So we've got Hayden Walduck. We're doing Pointy Hammer and Anvil. Hayden Walduck is on the left-hand side. It's the 4th mission for ITC champs missions. So it's 5 objectives. You can see them highlighted in green. One in the center of the table. And then we've got, if we just come back to the overlay here for a second. Overlay, that was horrible. So we've got one in the back corner, under that ruin. So bottom level of that ruin. So it's a little hard to see, hence with the benefit of the green dot. The marker next to it is not an objective.
It's command points.
It's command points.
Yeah.
Then we've got objectives spread out in pretty much an X shape. So yes, pretty pumped for this round. So day 1, what we aimed for was some nicely painted armies, middle of the pack scores, to make sure that we didn't get too many double ups or triple ups or quadruple ups in an 8-round event, and you guys got to see something a little different each round. So far, round 1, we had Orcs versus
Knights. Knights Guard and Deathwatch.
Orcs versus Knights Guard and Deathwatch. All right, round 2, we had Death Guard versus Eldar.
Yep.
And in round 3, we had
Dark Angels versus
Tyranids.
So we haven't doubled up yet.
Big mix.
We haven't doubled up on any army yet, which is what we want to do for day 1. Day 2, we're just going to get two of the best players in the current pool, who we
Yep.
might not have to stream in the last 2 days. So here's the problem. We've still got 5 games left in this.
It's not a problem, by the way.
It's a quality problem.
It's
very
awesome.
good problem to have. We've still got 5 games left in. We've still got an entire GT to have still of this event. And every player of the 145 odd players we have here plays those 8 games. So
Yeah, so it's not like a number of US big events where they have a number of games and then at a point switch to a top 8, and effectively that then goes knockout style.
Yeah.
This is 8 rounds of Swiss. It is a gauntlet. If you want to win this, that is 8 rounds of Swiss. Yes, so we are... Oh, I'm just getting a look from one of the TOs. Just saying hi.
Nothing. What?
No, he's just saying hi.
He's just saying hi. Be nice.
Yes. So let's do some plugging of our own stuff first.
Yes, we have some sponsors.
No.
Of our
We'll
own
cover
stuff.
our sponsors. We'll cover our sponsors. We'll get there.
We've done enough for them.
All right. No. We'll get there. All right. So we have painstakingly. Let me just entered score sheets for the first 3 rounds.
3 of these.
Well, no. That is 3.
Oh, there's 3?
Don't over. I mean, that's enough as it is.
It is.
Yes. So we have entered all those scores into at a detailed level for Down Under Pairings, and we will. And so we've been tracking all kinds of different stats. If you saw our stream from round 3, we had Pete and Sean from Chapter Tactics, from 40kstats.com, from In the Finest Hour podcast,
Finest
and
Hour.
probably, Sean, aka Abuse Puppy, is he's written for 3++, and many different.
And for Frontline Games.
And Frontline Games
since
themselves.
virtually their inception, since they started doing their blogs.
Yeah, so we had them on. We were talking both about the game they were watching, which was Tim's Nids versus Carlos's Dark Angels, but we were also talking about stats in general. So I wouldn't necessarily suggest going and checking it out now, because of course we're about to watch this game, but you can always watch them back. Let's try and steal your hat.
It's trying to steal my hat. Velcro. Yeah.
We've just got some people trying to steal hats. You know what? I'm going to mute myself just for a second. You can
I will
talk.
talk about some stuff. I will do the actual sponsors. So we have 2 major sponsors this event. We have OTP Terrain, who are an incredible 3D printing organization, printing all your terrain, everything from 8mm scale to 32. So anything from Titanicus all the way up to 40K, and everything in the middle. So infinity scale, the rest, whatever kind of menagerie or wacky stuff you need, they've got it. They're always putting on new product. They're always putting on more 3D printers. They are doing phenomenal work. And they've been a supporter of us since our very first stream. So they have come on board. They've given a shitload of prize support to Cancon as well. So I think a big portion of the prize support that's giving away for the top players is OTP 3D printed terrain, which is of an extremely high quality. Our second major sponsor for this is the Army Painter. We've been chatting quite closely with Adam Abramowitz, who you'll know from the Best General, and he has agreed to come on board as a sponsor of this event. Now, if you guys don't know what the Army Painter is essentially a hobby organized company. They produce paints, they produce paintbrushes, they produce all your hobby needs to get your armies painted, finished, on the table. Now, what they're quite different in what they produce. They're not like GW, which they've got a paint for literally everything, for edging, for dry brushing, for all this stuff. They've got a range of paints that makes painting very accessible and very easy for an entry-level person, and makes it really unintimidating. Takes out all the hard work of it and just makes it a stage-by-stage process to getting your army done. Regardless of whether you're a great artist, if you're a great artist, you still get amazing things out of their products.
Yep.
But you don't have to be to get great results. And I think that's an awesome
thing. And it's also the speed in which you can get it done
exactly
as well.
Right, exactly
so if you are interested in painting Horde, or you want to play Horde, and you're like, oh, I don't want to paint, 300 boys, 200 grots, all this sort of stuff, check out the Army Painters Facebook page. They did a 72-hour marathon with Nick Natavati doing, I believe it was close to 4,000 points.
Yeah, I think it's 4,000 points of orcs, and they got it done in 3 days.
72 hours.
3 days, bang, done, complete, finished. Start to finish, from the sprue to based and completed on the table.
So, primed on sprue, cut, assembled, touched up,
dipped,
matte varnish. Oh, so he went with a satin varnish,
satin
but
varnish, and then highlighted, and then based.
and then based and done.
Bang.
And look, will it win like Golden Demon, that army? Well, I doubt any 4,000 point army painted in 72 hours has a chance. But no, but it looks really nice, especially
it actually looks legitimately good.
I would say above tabletop standard.
I think so too.
That's the goal there. So check them out. Have you already plugged OTP or is it my turn?
No, I already did. I did them both.
All right. Well, I love OTP as well.
Back to this game though.
Yes.
Dark Elder, I've gone first. They've gone for they've gone for quite a. He's trying to have his cake and eat it too with his deployment. If you can see what he's doing, guys, he's got a unit of racks, 10 racks, kind of arrow-headed in front of his grotesque and his Talos. So he's trying to use the racks defensively and not have his grots get touched, not have his grots get touched, not have his Talos get touched. I think he's underestimating just how far they can move with the poo tree. And look at the gaps that he's left between his racks.
Yeah.
You can fit Plague Bearers between those.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely, you can fit a Plague Bearer between those. So, firstly, his screen isn't actually going to stop much because he can literally walk up to 1 inch away and then he can charge through. There might only be 3 inches between those grotesques and the racks, which means he can easily charge through and tap those.
Yep.
And he'll be able to move up far enough they can declare them as a charge. Now, the question is, how does Duck want to play this? We can already tell from what the Dark Elder player is doing is how he wants to play this. He wants to be aggressive, take the middle of the board, but not get swamped.
He's going to get swamped.
He's probably going to get swamped, guys. What has Warduck done, though? Warduck he's just deployed like a Nurgle Demon player deploys. It doesn't matter. You just chuck him down as close as you can get because you know you're going to mob, you're going to swarm up. But I'm interested to see how he plays it now because he could play cagey here and just wait for his opponent to engage.
Yeah.
He could move up and literally take... where are we at?
Yeah.
He could literally take all this away from his opponent.
Yeah.
All this away.
It's horrible.
Yeah, and then that is a long slog to chew that back. When he can put 30 Plague Bearers on that middle objective.
Yeah. All right, so here's a question for you. All right, so there's the grotesques and some racks there. It was what? 7 grotesques?
7 grotesques.
How many Plague Bearers? How many Plague Bearers do the Talos and the grotesques do you reckon get done?
They kill quite a few. If it's through -2, they barely do anything because they're hitting on 5s and 6s. But if they're hitting on 3, if they're hitting on 4s, they've got 10 attacks each on the Talos. They can do a lot of work.
Yeah.
So it's 30 attacks. They'll get 15 through. They'll wound on 3s. So 3s. So we've got 10 wounds.
Yep.
Saves 3 of them with a 5+ and saves. So he kills what? He kills probably about 9 or 10 with three Talos. He kills about 10 Plague Bearers. That's not horrible. That's not getting through 120.
No.
Yeah, but he does have 2. It does have 2 units of that. So
yeah.
And he has shooting. And he has look. He could probably kill 30 Plague Bearers a turn. But here's the problem: Warduck has 514 points worth of summoning.
Yeah. So a quarter of Hayden's army. Jeremy doesn't even know what it is yet.
Yeah.
So what do you do about that?
Yeah. Look, to my mind, he's either going to be re-racking Plague Bearers or dropping Bloodletter Bombs.
Yep.
Bloodletters account for grotesques quite well.
Yep.
And what was the other one? Oh, sorry. Plague Bearers account for grotesques really well. Because he's set up, I bet you, I wish we had a count of their CP, but I bet you he's going for Plague Banners. And he has all the buffs there, so he can get 6 flat effing damage on his Plague Bearers, on 6s. 6s can do 6 damage.
Yeah.
So he can pop a grotesque with every 6. And he's going to be hitting it with +1, and it's going to be a strength 5, which doesn't really matter. It's still winning on 5s, but winning on 5s is re-rolling, which actually gives you better chances of getting 6s than you were if you were going to be on 4s re-rolling or 3s re-rolling. It's got more dice to get pump those 6s out for 6 damage because of the Plague Banner.
So we've got the we've just had some shots go into just the Plague Bearers. We're now looking at the plane, who's starting to pop off some shots.
Now, so here's something that Hayden doesn't have a good answer for. He doesn't have a good answer for the plane.
I think he ignores it.
I think he ignores it.
I don't think the plane does enough damage.
Well, all he needs to do is stop it from getting onto characters.
Yeah, true.
That's all he really needs to do. Focus on keeping your characters bubbled out, which shouldn't be a problem with this many models. But yeah, look, honestly, at this point of the game, just on this and deployment, I would give the edge to Warduck.
Yep.
because of the X Factor. I'm going to do the X again, guys.
Yeah.
Summoning points, X Factor.
Objectives are an X.
Who knows what is going to happen? He can also drop things into his backfields later.
Yep.
Do all sorts of things.
So
I think we just lost one Plague Bearer.
Oh, he's done.
It's over.
He's done.
Hold the phone, guys.
So shout out to the 17 viewers we've got at 9:20 a.m. in the morning over here in Australia on the East Coast. Well, from New South Wales down anyway.
Yeah.
Odele Samic. Odele Samic.
Odele what?
How you doing? Will this game finish in time? They're chess clocking. So far, I believe both players are doing reasonably well on their turns. I think Hayden Waldock's a pretty experienced player. I wouldn't be overly concerned about that. But
Jeremy Young's the same.
And Jeremy Young. Yeah. Well, also, so when you look at these two lists, you go, geez, that's a lot of Plague Bearers. Are we going to get done? It won't be the Plague Bearers that's causing the issue. I don't think it'll be Jeremy. They'll get their turns in, is my opinion.
So he's just done 9 wounds to Plague Bearers with something. I'm guessing he's only saved 1.
Jeez.
There's got to be splinter rifles, though, because he's only taking 1 damage. And he's re-rolling results of 1s. That looks like 10 dead.
Nope. Oh, yep. There we go.
6.
So you get it done.
Yeah, I wonder what that was. That could be Haywire Blasters. That could have been... There was too many shots for it to be a Ravager.
Yeah, it wouldn't be the Ravager. It's not going to be anything in the Raiders. Could it have been... Could have been the Talos? Yeah.
Yeah. Could have been
top
Talos.
unit, probably the top unit. The Talos did that one.
Any chance we can get the comments up here? Because I can't read them off your screen.
Yeah, I can do that.
So yeah, look, this is actually going to be a really good game, guys. Very good game. NJ Hive Mind, good morning, my friend. How are you doing? How are you feeling?
Jeez, we've just had a little bit of a switch with the overlay. Bear with me 1 second.
It's a glitch in the Matrix.
There we go. Glitch.
Oh, what secondaries they pick?
Yes, they've actually finally entered those in. So let's dive on over and check that out.
Through the power of internet, we can tell what secondaries
Waldock,
they picked.
Hayden, the demon player, picked Big Game Hunter.
Of course, yep.
Mark for Death and Recon.
So Mark for Death, I'm guessing that's Talos, Grotesques, and Raider or one of the Ravagers. That's got to be one of the Ravagers. Raider's probably not 7.
And Jeremy picked the Reaper. Makes sense.
As you should.
Recon and Mark for Death.
Yep. And he's probably just picked 3. Well, he has to pick Plague Bearer units.
Yeah.
Mark for Death. So the only question there was where the Mark for Death by Jeremy Young was the wrong call. Time will tell on that. But he's clearing pretty well. He's killed about half a unit. Actually, probably more than half a unit of Plague Bearers already.
All right, I'm going to do something.
He's going to do something, guys. Doing something exciting. That's so exciting. And you just can't hide it. He's about to lose control and you think you'll like it. What? Oh, my God. Oh, my God, Betty. Okay, so something outrageous and incredible is about to happen. Neil Carey, thank you. I miss you too. I don't quite know who you are, but I miss you also. Lovely sentiments. Josh has just had an inspired thought, and I think he's about to do something truly incredible. You'll see in the fullness of time. Anyway, seeing the lists, you can go to Down Under Pairings. I'll wait for when Diffie gets back. In fact, see if I can look it up for you. I'm happy to read out the list again, if you guys so please. We do have a couple of extra viewers who have joined us since the last time I did it. So I'll go through that, and then when Diffie gets back, you can chuck you guys the link. So we got Jeremy Young, who has a Covens of Flesh battalion. He has Irian Rakath and a Homunculus. He then has 10 racks, and 5 racks. And we've got 7 Grotesques, 3 Talos with Haywires, 3 Talos with Haywires, and a Disintegrator Cannon Ravager. Then he has a Cabal the Blackheart Spearhead, as you see everywhere and anywhere. He has an Archon, who's his Warlord. It then has 3 disintegrator ravages, as you'd expect. And lastly, in that detachment, he has a air wing. Just in the spearhead, he has a razor wing. And then lastly, to round out his list, he has a Farseer, who I'm guessing is just taking Doom. Because why wouldn't you take Doom if you can? Over to Hayden Waldock's list, he has a Demons Battalion, which is a Nurgle Allegiance. He has a Pox Springer, a Sloppy Piper, and a Squirrel Pox Scrivener. So he has the trifecta of Nurgle Heralds. And then he has 30 Plague Bearers, 30 Plague Bearers, 30 Plague Bearers, and 30 Plague Bearers for a total of 120. We've just gone into the bottom of turn 1, by the way. Hayden has just moved up. As you can see, those Plague Bearers move pretty fast. Then he has a fortification network. Here is a Putri, a Feculent Armor. That's the big yellow thing you can see at the tip of his deployment. Then he has Supreme Command Attachment with a Blood Master, a Flux Master, and a Flux Master. So he's got... make him stick his head in a bit more. Yes, okay, look. If you can look at the back of Hayden Waldock's head right now, you will see the Down Under Network logo, which Diffie has just written on the back of his bald head. The duck represent. We call him Ducky because he's a Waldock. And we're Australians without imagination.
All right. That was more difficult than you would think because I wanted to wait till it wasn't his turn.
Yeah.
He's like, no, just do it now, mate. Just do it now. I'm like, okay.
That's
so
hilarious.
it's not my best work, but it's funny.
It's pretty good. It's hilarious. The boys would like a link to see some of the lists.
Yes, any way to see the lists. So yes, if you let me just play around with some stuff on here.
Totally not panics. Not that Dean will ever get on stream, but he has plenty of advertising space also. He's actually right here, and he does. His noggin has a nice sheen to it now. It's actually looking quite good. You could get a decent reflection out of that. It's like he put his head in the ball Oshano.
Yeah.
That's a good episode of Simpsons. So Hayden has moved up. Looks like he got a decent advance with the yellow squad. Actually got a big advance in the yellow squad. And he has just jumped on top of the case with the squad at the bottom. He's probably going to have to go around those or up and over them. It's 3 inches up, should be, and a couple of inches over. He's measuring out properly. See that? He just did that properly, guys. He did it in all the stages. And you see what he's doing? He's doing what I've said he was going to do. He's going to take up a lot of the available space. If that green squad that is just in front of the Putri, just trailing in front of the Putri, makes a charge onto the racks, he will take up so much space from his opponent.
Yeah.
And we can see that yellow squad has actually probably a 6-inch or a 7-inch charge onto those racks as well. The green squad, the one above the Putri, they probably have maybe an 8 or a 9-inch charge. But if he makes either or both of those, he's going to be bogging his opponent down considerably.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see if he decides to summon this turn and just get the ball rolling with that, because he does have a quarter of his army in summoning points, and getting those on the board early is never a bad thing.
As far as the question about the army lists and where you can find them, so if you are if you're not playing at this weekend, which is probably most of the viewers, but there actually are some people that have been chiming in when their games are finished and whatnot.
Yeah.
If you are a subscriber for BCP, the lists are up there, but also the lists are over on Down Under Pairings, which I've just put the link over in the chat. That comes from the manual scores that have been entered.
Yep.
Now, the actual scores on the standings on Down Under Pairings are based off the
score sheets that we were given, which are extremely fallible.
So,
a mess.
For example, it looks something like, let me just...
Hide the names.
Yeah, but it's not... Yeah, it's fine. Looks something like that. So what we're doing... So it's basically the ITC score sheet that you would see on the ITC Champs pack. What we've done is we put all that data into Down Under Pairings as each individual box ticked. And what we found is there was a reasonable number of games where players would tick kill 1, hold 1, and then in the total on the side, write 3.
Yeah.
All right, and then they would, at the end of the game, they add up the numbers in the totals, and they submit those scores to the TOs, and so that they effectively either the score sheet is wrong.
Yeah.
The total might be right, because I do know some players, especially when it gets later on in the game, if they get kill 1, hold 1, kill more, hold more. I've seen many situations where they don't tick any boxes, they just write 4 in the box, in the total. I've seen others where they just do a big circle. Like it's difficult. So the reason why we've got the results in Down Under Pairings has nothing to do with standings. So that's why I'm saying the scores might vary from that's on Best Coast Pairings at the moment. We're not using it for anything other than stats, so we're okay with that.
Yellow squad's meant to charge.
Yep.
Also, if you want to circle that unit inside the L-shaped ruin, so the unit that Jeremy literally put every single one of his shots into, that unit, is now out of line of sight in that building.
Yep.
And so I'm guessing that's a mark for death, and he's just going to hide it the rest of the game now. There's no reason to give up that point.
This is how a number of players speed up their game with Horde. So right now, you'll see that there's a whole bunch of Plague Bearers sitting on top of the ruin.
Yeah.
They're not on top of the ruin, they're on the bottom level. All right. But of course, trying to get those models in there, you simply
Takes
say,
time.
all right, these guys, they're on the bottom, I'm putting up here because that's easier.
Yep.
And of course, with the lowest level blocking line of sight, it doesn't make a difference. And then, of course, you can always put them down there at a later turn if it's necessary. But it means just avoid wasting time.
Totally not panic. So the Plague Bearer eternal combat begins. That's essentially what he said, but I said completely different words. And good morning to Insert Pun here. Welcome, mate. Welcome back to another
Ben.
menagerie of fun and excitement. Spread the word, guys. Get this out. Tell them we've got 3 games of quality content coming. Should be no technical issues. Nothing. It's quite cool here today. It's only going to be 28 degrees.
So yesterday, this here by now, we could fry an egg on. Look, I wouldn't go as far as saying I'm cold, but the air conditioner in here is going, and it's nowhere near as hot as it was outside yesterday.
I'm very comfortable.
I'm actually, very comfortable. We'll see how that goes as the day progresses. Adam says no technical difficulties. One of my concerns, but look, it's already loud in here anyway, so hopefully it's not too big a deal, but there's thunderstorms due.
Yeah.
So there should be thunderstorms, and if you haven't seen the venue yet, let's just do a quick little pan. It's a big, massive shed.
It's huge.
So that tin roof, or aluminium, or whatever it's made of, we're going to have a situation where it could be making get noisy.
Yeah, if we have big downpour.
In theory, it's probably not going to be any noisier than the idiots that are here now. I mean, lovely individuals.
So I just noticed, so he's picked up, I think, about 6 or 7 of the racks from that unit. I think he's got about 3 left. What that's going to do is just open that up to Black Cornucopians to bring back those racks wherever he wants. Yep. The only good spot I can see him putting it is in the bottom left-hand corner or the top right-hand corner. Oh, sorry, the top or the bottom left-hand corners of your screen to contest or put some pressure on those units, which I think is a good idea.
Yep. In response to, it's hard to read that, with the blue name on the black background, Nakiri, I'm going with that. Have both players already burnt all their CP, or am I misunderstanding what command means? No, so basically, we might actually try and change the way we do command points for these guys. We've taken the mindset we want to have as little interaction with these guys. There's a lot of penalties for timeouts and lots of stuff this weekend. We want to reduce the amount of things the players have to do to make our stream work.
Yep.
So we haven't got them updating CPs. So at the moment, I might even just...
So I would just like to point out here that this is a 120 model Horde army versus a pretty intensive Dark Elder army, heavy shooting, movement, combat. And they just finished their turn 1 in 34 minutes, which includes deployment.
Yeah.
That includes their deployment phase. These are not slow players. And we're just about to have the scores chucked in. I don't believe anybody got a kill in that turn. But I think we've got hold and hold more for...
Yeah, so Hayden's put down hold 1, hold more, and Jeremy's put down hold 1. And Jeremy's already got 1 Reaper point in 1 turn.
Reaper point, yeah. Wow.
Five no-shows in total. That's not bad.
Well, interesting.
So we've had...
Do you want to get Chelsea on those already?
Sorry?
We're going to get Chelsea on those already?
I don't know how we're going to handle those yet.
True. So we've just been informed by the TO that we've had 3 no-shows this morning.
Yep.
And so that's 5 total for the event.
Yep.
So 5 no-shows, which I think brings us down to a square 40 players.
Yep.
Nothing wrong with that?
No.
Neil Kerr.
Of course it is.
Sorry, dude.
Mate, I haven't forgotten you already. It's all right. So if you look at, I'm not sure if the chat looks like on every single person's chat. So Neil, we've got a black stream chat and blue text,
I thought it was this.
and I really am struggling to read it.
I thought it was near Kerry.
Yeah.
K-E-R-I.
I can't actually see the now. Yeah, I couldn't see the L, and it looked like an I at the end. Anyway, we love you, Neil. You know I love you.
We love you long time.
Come on. It's not forgotten.
Did Antonelli show up as he always 100% on day
He's
two?
here.
He's here. He's playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, you know what would be really good if Twitch used colours on the chat that were easy to read.
Yeah.
I mean, when you join the chat, you get a randomly allocated colour. All right, so you're not the same colour as you were yesterday necessarily. So Neil, for example, if Neil left and came back, he probably wouldn't be dark blue.
Yeah, that's right.
And we'd be able to read him.
Yeah.
That's all right. If I see a blue blur, I know it's Neil.
I hung out and had dinner with Neil at ETC.
So Neil, for those who are unfamiliar, is one of the head judges for ETC. He's been the Scottish ETC team captain. But yes, of late he does the head rules judging at the European Team Championships.
Yes.
Top lad.
He's been a big reason why the ETC has grown into such an institution. Off his back. He's done great works.
Question from Jim Vessel: is Hayden's list somewhere? It's not uploaded. It should be there. If you scroll up the chat just a little bit, Jim Vessel. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to put it in there again. Makes it easier. If you click on that, you'll see the standings as of day one. Those standings are not updated live. Actually, no, Best Coast Pairings standings aren't updated live either. So the thing they're doing slightly different at Cancon, based on previous year's experience, and they made this comment to the tournament players before.
Yes,
wasn't on BCP.
Yes, we're trying to make the lists more available to you guys. So we have chucked a lot of them onto Down Under Network. So BCP has been used for the hosting software for the pairings, for the player base. We function off Down Under Pairings, and so we've been uploading all the data manually ourselves for your benefit and for the benefit of us when we want to do stats collection.
So the other thing worth pointing out there is, so what Cancon did is they had all the lists submitted via email. Those lists were then consolidated into one big document, and they were then published about a month before the event, or give or take. And then a Facebook group was created for players to go through and check them. So there are a few players that may not have submitted a list on BCP, but all the players at the events have the lists. And in addition to that, if you click on that link on Down Under Pairings, we have taken each one of those lists and put them in there for each of the players on Down Under Pairings.
Unless you summon something in, he doesn't really have a way to deal with that flyer.
You could, let's think this through, you could summon in Flamers as Zench.
You could summon in Flamers for the las cannon shots.
Yeah, you could summon in Plague Drones.
Yep.
He's got 500-ish points of summoning. We will see what he decides to do with it.
Circle this unit for me. He's done Black Cornucopians, guys. He's dumped a unit of 10 racks from in front of the Grotesques, and he's respawned them, popped them out there. He's going to use them to threaten that mark for death point in the building, because otherwise he's never going to get it.
And also potentially force the Plague Bearers to go back for him.
Yeah.
So we're in the top of turn 2. Did you message Nick as well? I'll have a chat.
Yeah, look, if those Plague Bearers have the extra miasma on them, there's actually a decent chance that they can bounce, especially if he spends 2 CP and goes for Warp Surge. If they're -2 to hit guys with a 4+ invulnerable, 5+ feel no pain, all those Talos, all those grotesques can bounce, and can bounce really hard. So I wouldn't say that they're going to be wiped. In all likelihood, they're absolutely boned. But if he has all those buffs on them and he's willing to spend the CP on them, he can keep them. And past that, I think he's still shooting them as well, which means he's probably not convinced he's going to wipe them, which might indicate that they do have buffs on them. Oh, no, he's got some shooting going the other way as well. Master Strider. Played Deathwatch just today with your 110 cultists, Abby Sorf, Exalted Champ, the Blitz. 110 cultists at 1350. That's a lot of meat. Yeah, Deathwatch can absolutely bring the pain, guys. They have a lot of tools.
At least you're eating a banana like a normal person today.
There's not enough viewers for me to go freak out on this.
Morning, Stormzy. All right, so let's see how. I think. Well, he fell back with the grotesque, did he?
Huh?
Did he fall back with the grotesque, or did the plague bearers not make it in?
No, made it in.
Okay, they just made it into the racks. All right. I think turn 2 is the critical. Morning from Colorado. Oh, this wouldn't be morning in Colorado. It would be afternoon in Colorado. I'm going to say good afternoon at a guess while Adam does the time difference check.
I can't type.
What time is it?
3:42.
Good afternoon. I was right. Master Rider, they killed 137 cultists after I respawned 40. Whoa. All right, that's a few.
Them bolter shots. Were you playing with the new beta boltables?
They are.
Let us know, mate.
Oh, sorry, at where he's playing.
Yeah.
Well, they're not released yet.
Technically, but you can play with them.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, do you play beta rules that have been released on the community page, or do you wait till they've been released in the White Dwarf?
He's playing 1350, so I'm assuming he's playing Arc Practice, and Arc just announced that they're using it.
Okay.
So it makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
And what does everyone think of that Down Under Network logo on the back of Hayden Waldock's head?
Yeah, we had real estate there. We should get that name up. Hey, that's free real estate.
we should get stickers done from our sponsors.
And just slap
them on bald guys' heads.
That'd be great. Mansky, yes, we had technical difficulties, especially during game one.
Yeah, so yesterday we had some issues with, basically lots of potential problems or potential issues that caused it. But in a nutshell, the internet or the Wi-Fi that was dedicated to us, the router cacked it, the wireless was rubbish, lots of issues. It was flaky, so we'd be sitting really high downloads and then suddenly they'd drop. So in round 3, which hopefully it improved on, technically between round 2 and 3, Adam ducked out and got a long network cable, and we ran it from the router all the way to our computer and plugged in directly, and tried to take out as many of the potential issues. And look, fingers crossed, we've got a lot more running. We had a lot more running in the. We had Discord running, so as we get the guys in from Chapter Tactics. Yeah.
Looks like he's invested all of his shooting into that top unit of Plague Bearers. He's got 14 left, so he's killed 16 of them already. Now, to me, it doesn't look like they're in range of any of the Heralds. So they might just straight up pop, guys. It's actually kind of impressive he's gunning that many down through the -1. That's pretty good. Although his shooting is very reliable.
Mansky. Did Ducky just fail a 5+? I've never seen that before.
Yeah. Duck usually rolls pretty hot. I was on charge. We're in the charge phase. Now, these guys are going on at a pace. That is, so far, that is less than 10 minutes this turn. He's into the charge phase.
Yeah.
There it is now. Before, it was showing offline before.
Ask him if he can spruik on his Facebook page.
So big shout out to all the FLG USA watchers. Big thanks to FLG TV.
Huge thanks.
If you're watching this on our stream and you haven't headed over to give them a like, we should do some shout outs to our lovely hosts.
I love it. So we've got FLG, amazing. We've got FLG Oz right sitting next to us. Lovely, lovely man. Mick, everyone calls him Rando. He's a fantastic gentleman. We're going to be doing maybe we'll be doing some business with him at some point, and he'll come on as one of our sponsors. He's very keen to help grow the scene. He's a lovely man as well. On top of that, we have Biff Pod. I'm becoming quite good friends with Mitch Pelham. He's a lovely gentleman as well. And Colin Sherman. They did some great work for charity on that charity stream. Blew the lid off what's possible for streaming our content of our nature. Then we have, who else was it? Glasshammer Gaming.
Rounds.
Although I don't think they're streaming us right now. They might have not done auto hosting.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we have to get on top of that. But mind you, it's like 1 in the morning for them. Okay. But yeah, Frontline Gaming, industry leaders in competitive wargaming. Absolutely. We wouldn't be here without them.
We wouldn't be here without them. We wouldn't be at the ITC Australian Championships.
Yes, absolutely.
And the prize that they have given to the highest ranked Australian ITC member.
Holy shit. So expenses paid, tripped to LVO 2020.
Flights, accommodation, and there might be a little bit of extra. I can't remember the exact details, but flights and accommodation and a ticket to LVO 2020. So it's not the one that's in a couple of weeks.
Because that would be ridiculous.
Because that'd be ridiculous.
And jump on the plane.
Good luck.
2 days
Yeah.
before the event starts.
Whereas, no, it's for next year.
Yeah.
So the Frontline Gaming Oz, Frontline Gaming US, and the team at Cancon have put together an amazing set of prizes to help put Australia on the map. They've got us involved in doing the streaming. So fingers crossed we get some love and support from everyone, and Australia keeps going on the up and up. And as I said, big thanks to the guys and gals and anyone else even closely affiliated with FLG.
Yeah.
Appreciate the love.
Bill Kerr's letting Duffy's voice put him to sleep. Which, do you know why? Because
the sultry tones. The sultry tones of the Diffster.
There's too much energy in my speech to sleep through it.
Yeah.
It's like, oh fuck, Adam's talking, things going on. Ah. That's right, guys.
Yeah.
Got the colored commentary and the analytical. Match made in heaven. We wouldn't be a good couple though. We'd clash too much.
Yep. I can't deal with how you eat bananas.
There wasn't even a euphemism, guys. It was not even.
So day one, was it round one?
Somewhere in the
Let's
middle.
say round one, maybe round two. If you go back and check that out at some stage, Adam decided he was going to eat a banana from the middle out.
Like a corn of cob.
Yeah, it was.
Corn on the cob.
Yeah.
It was literally just we had about 35 viewers. We were watching a pretty dull game. It was kind of already decided. I'm like, let's mix it up a bit.
It wasn't a dull
Let's
game.
mix it up a bit. That was the Death Guard
They're
versus
never dull
Eldar.
games. They're never dull
Well,
games.
the Eldar was in a very commanding position.
Oh, by the time you were in the banana.
By the time I was in the banana. I was like, let's give the people something to remember for this one. Your sultry tones are ruined by your mic. Yeah. Sorry, guys. Chewy?
No, I'm good.
So
All right, looks like a lot of dead plague bearers.
How many? So it's 7, 8, 9. Only 9? Of...
So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, I think 13-ish.
Still over the halfway mark, so he's got
Yep.
17 left. Unless he's lost any to shooting. We've got 3 yellows over there. So
Which would be corpses.
so it'd be
yep.
13 left.
Yeah.
14 left, sorry.
Yeah. So just paid a CP. I'm trying to determine exactly what a CP was for.
So I'm of the opinion that if I had to guess, Hayden would not have been so cavalier with that yellow squad if it wasn't buffed.
Yeah.
I've got a feeling it's -2 to hit, guys. And this is a unit of Talus, by the way. Oh, these are grotesques. Looks like he might miss. No, he's gonna get a multi attack. Those gods should eat that unit unless they're hitting on 5s, in which case they might not do much. Does not look like he's hitting on 5s. That looks like he's hitting on 4s or 3s.
There's a 3 in there, I think.
Yeah. They should be at least -1 to hit.
Depending on how far he dropped them.
No, they went below the 20 before he charged.
Well,
Yeah, it's a lot of. He should have paid. Hayden in this turn should have paid for Warp Surge as well.
potentially.
Unless
Yeah.
he's vectored it.
Yeah.
He only saved 3.
Jeez, he's rolling horrible on those 5-ups.
He's just. Nah, he's not happy. He's
There's
only
a lot
saved
of-
2 more. He's set 3 up, and he saved 5. That's it. I think that's a unit popped.
He's shaking his head. I can't hear Hayden. I can't see his mouth, but I know exactly what he said
Yeah.
when he rolled those disgusting resilience.
So it's 5. Looks like he had about 17 saves. He should have saved half of those. He saved
Yeah.
5.
Yeah.
That's brutal. So he
Unlucky.
lost like 12 guys. Only good news there is probably pulled
Panics, yes. Warp Surge is +1 invuln.
out. Only good news there is he's probably pulled out the last unit Talos from attacking.
Yeah, possibly.
No, Wolf Surge is +1 invuln. Miasma is -1 to hit.
Yeah.
So I was thinking if he was going to push that unit up like he did, he's probably given it Miasma, so that -2 to hit. Look, he just rolled his morale and he's lost. Oh wow, he has 1. Oh my god, he just lost all but 1 Plague Bearer from that top unit of green, and I think he's lost.
That's gonna hoit.
Okay, guys,
A lot of dead Plague Bearers.
he is getting pounded. That was an incredible turn.
Jeez, that's... Is he Max Reaper
He's
in
Max
two
Reaper.
turns?
He's Max Reaper in 2 turns, guys.
I reckon he's close to.
Yeah.
Updating the scores now.
That was a savage as shit turn, guys. He did so much more damage than I thought he was going to do. So much more than I thought. If he killed those Plague Bearers down to that through +1 save, -2 to hit, that is some phenomenal rolls.
Yeah.
But although he was hitting on 3s with the Grotesques, he should have been hitting on 4s. At minimum, hitting on 4s.
Yeah.
Interesting, yeah.
He is going to need some amazing summons now. You
Phenomenal,
are
phenomenal
correct.
summons. But how does it even tackle that nugget in front of him? He's got 1 untouched unit of Plague Bearers. He's got 1 untouched unit, and he's got the bones of the yellow squad and the bones of the second teal squad, bone squad, whatever they're left. So that's probably a mark for death, that green squad. We've just had his points. But look, he's only scored 2 more points for killing holes, so they haven't put their secondaries in. Yeah, they're not adding their secondaries up as they go.
They'll probably do it at the end of the turn. Oh no, they are. They've got it down as 2 Reaper points.
Yep. Surely he's got more than 2 Reaper points. Does Warlock have to commit every Plague Bearer he's got, pop every buff, and hope that he gets through half of those Talos and Grots?
It's a tough call. It looks like he's going...
He has to go for it.
Yeah.
He gets wiped. He literally gets wiped if he does not cut down some of Jeremy's offense.
Has he got enough to do it?
No, well, he needs
What
to
does he
summon.
summon? What do you summon to take on that?
So if you want to clear your backfield, summon some Flamers. They'll clear off the racks for you.
Yep.
But to go forward, I think he needs Bloodletters, man. I legit think he needs Bloodletters.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind a Bloodletter Bomb in this situation.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind either. Well, there's got 2 Flux Masters, so horrors are an option, but the shooting's not going to do enough to the toughness.
Nah.
The toughness 6 and 7. Just doing a post on our Facebook page, guys. Just thanking the guys who are hosting this.
And is that it is the poo tree. That is the poo tree, that big yellow thing. In the left-hand side is the feculent Nyamo, or Putri, as it's more commonly known. All right. So we'll be covering some more stats in the later sessions in round 6. We'll have the Tap Tactics guys on, and we'll be doing another stats review. So if you do have any, and during lunch today, when we're madly typing in stats, we'll also be trying to work out if there are any good trends that we might be interested in. We've already had some, potential suggestions about different options, like what type of reports you might want and so on. But yeah, we'll see what we can come up with. Those on the stream, if there's anything that you feel you'd like to know, let us know, and we'll do our best to come up with something. And do you think one of the ones we'll probably come up with is average bonus points scored by mission by faction, maybe?
Yep.
Mission 1. Are there any obvious standout winners for scoring bonus points and so on? All that kind of stuff. Really keen on getting your opinion on what information you would like to see.
Give us some questions to answer, guys. Give us some direction to flow the data into.
You chat.
When is... Okay, guys. 98 points PPM is just obscene.
Points per model.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Talos are insane value. But look. He had 120 playgrounds at the start of this turn. At the start of the game. How many's he got left there? 40? 45?
Yeah.
That's in 2 turns.
It's a lot of playgrounds.
One more
gone.
turn, and they're all gone.
Yeah. Well, potentially.
Potentially. If he needs to cut down on... He needs to cut Jeremy's offensive output significantly, and the only way he can do that is in combat, because he has no shooting. Now, here comes some summons. Yeah, we got some summons. Is that a Demon Prince? It looks like a Plague Drone.
Plague Drones.
Yeah, so we got 3 Plague Drones being summoned. 5 Plague Drones being summoned. That was a big roll.
6.
6 Plague Drones.
He might. Jeez.
7 Plague Drones. One of them's come off their base. What did he roll for his summon? All of it. He rolled all of it for his summon. And now he's summoning another unit.
Jeez. What do you reckon he'll summon us? Look, if he summons 2 big units like that,
well, they're changing the complexity of this game a lot.
How many points is... Because keep in mind, he had just under 5... Or was it just over 500 points? I'm going to double check it. It was 540.
What have we got? 514.
514 points available for summoning.
How many points is it? I'll pull up the Demon's Codex. We need to find out how many points he's got left for summoning. Hey!
Peace.
Someone just took a picture of us, guys. We are obliged to make the stupid face. The stupidness. All right. How many points of Plague Drones? Although, let's go on through 2 chapter approved since these points were relevant, so who knows if this is actually still accurate.
Oh, you know what the easier option is?
What? Battle Scribe?
Army listed already there.
It's true.
I'll get it.
Here it says they're 34 points a pop.
So 225 points for 5 Playgrounds.
So 6 would be plus 34 on top of... so yeah, he's still got... Plague. There we go, Bloodletters, baby. Here come the Bloodletters. So insert pun here has put
315 points for the 7-man.
Question for us to answer. Most and least successful secondaries, and how many people go to turn 6 and see people if people
I
are
just
still
copied
taking
those ones.
Nice. So, okay, the complexity of this game has just shifted somewhat.
But I mean, we did know this. Look, it did look pretty grim when that many plague bearers disappeared. But we did know that he had like more than a quarter of his points as X Factor,
Yep.
not knowing what they were even going to be.
Yeah.
That is one of the real benefits of this format. Of taking these points, because you can see how the game's going, and on turn 3 you go, oh, okay, all I need is look. If Jeremy had pushed aggressive like he has, then you want something that can push back aggressively like combat units. If he was playing defensively, you might still want an aggressive unit, but you might decide, you know what, I want a unit of horrors to drop behind and kill a Ravager.
Exactly.
Or, whatever.
Hyanzo Man, these placed incorrectly. So this is game number 4, so these are player-placed objectives.
Yep.
So they're not placed incorrectly.
And also so that's on the bottom level of the ruin.
Yeah, of course.
What you're seeing on top is actually a command point.
His command point scores.
Yeah. The question was, what secondaries did these guys pick? So for those that have joined since we said it earlier, Waldark, who's only had one turn so far, picked Big Game Hunter, Mark for Death, and Recon. Hasn't scored a secondary point yet. And Jeremy scored 2 points for Reaper so far. And no Recon or Mark for Death yet. At least not yet entered. I would be he wouldn't have got Recon turn 1.
Who didn't? Waldark?
No, neither.
Jeremy said he got one. Sorry, Jeremy said he got one turn 1?
No, he got 2 for Reaper.
Oh, okay, did he? Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so we've got the Bloodletter Bomb down the bottom. We have the Plague Drones up the top. I think he still has so many points left. I'm not crazy. So it's under 300 points for the drones. And how many points is a max unit of Bloodletters?
Well, is it a max? Do you want to do a quick show and check, see how many there are?
I think it's 25.
You think it's 25? Well, 20 Bloodletters is 165 points.
Oh, look, Ben. Yeah, completely forgot about the Alaris in our game.
Sorry,
Sorry?
How many do you think there were?
Sorry?
How many do you think were
25.
there? All right. So 206 or 207 points, just over 200 points for the Bloodletters.
Yeah, and then it was at least 250-ish.
And so,
he's capped out.
Pretty much bang on.
Yeah,
Pretty much bang on.
So that's all the summoning, guys. His summoning pool is dry. The well has gone dry. It actually really frustrates me that you can't kill the tree.
Yeah.
So you can pay 85 points to essentially have 4 psychic power auras that cannot be turned off, cannot be denied, do not cost you CP. They're just there.
Yeah.
I would do that every time.
Do not go past go. Do not collect $200.
Would you pay 100 points to have Doom in a 6-inch aura? Yes. Yes, you would. None of these buffs that the tree gives are singularly as good as Doom, but it gives you 4 of them.
Yeah.
4 lesser buffs. Like, it's just insanely good value.
So the tree buffs. I know it gives charge after you can fall back and charge.
And advance.
What other buffs for those who are unfamiliar with the tree would be interesting to know in this specific example?
I'll read them out to you for the benefit of the listeners. So, Pestilent Garden, after setup, it cannot be for any reason.
And you can't kill it, which is what we were complaining about.
It is not treated up as a friendly or enemy model. It cannot be targeted, affected, or by any attacks or abilities. Shroud of Flies. Noble demon units, except vehicles or monsters, that are completely within 7 inches of any effect of the Narmor, receive the benefits of cover. But you add 2 to their saving throws instead of 1.
Yep.
Not that meaningful. At the start of your turn, roll a d6 for every unit that was in 3 effective Narmor. On a 4+, that unit suffers a mortal wound. On a 6, it suffers d3. No units are unaffected. So it's pulsing smarts.
Yep.
Nurgle demon units that are within 7 of any effective Narmor at the start of their turn can shoot and or charge this turn, even if they fell back or advanced. That's the big one. And the last one, Conduit of Nurgle's Domain. You can re-roll the dice used in the summoning roll when a Chaos character from your army does in 7 of a Nurgle Feculent Numble attempts to summon a Yuga of Noble Demons, which I'm guessing is how he managed to get 7 goddamn Plague Drones out of one summon. He was re-rolling the dice to make it happen. We are about to be joined by Pablo, I believe, from Frontline Gaming. He wants the Master Trader wants the tree to be his warlord. You dodgy bastard.
Chuck those in again. So bear with me while I just, let's do that. I think we mute that mic. Bear with me while I just get us going. All right. So no, you're both, yes, so we mute that. Bear with us. Do you want to talk for me? Yeah, yeah. You're a nut job. I got it. And Pablo, are you there, my friend? Oh, nope, he's gone. He's back. Caw. Let's try one more time. Nah, he's gone. All right, let's. I'll
keep the people entertained.
Let's.
Unmute me. Okay, guys, he has made all his charges. So he has mobbed the entire middle of the board, and he needs this turn to pay out absolute dividends, which he actually has decent odds to do. So the Plague Bearer is doing 6 damage per hit, on 6s, can account for the grotesques. And also, hey. He's also connected with the bottom with the Bloodletters into that unit of Talos, and he has connected with the Plague Drones and a minimum 1, maybe 2 units of Plague Bearers. So look, he might put this down to only a couple of Talos left, in which case this game starts to look very different. Because one thing that Ravagers do struggle dealing with is toughness 5, 4 wounds, feel no pain, invuln, Plague Drones. And he's got a big blob of 7. So he probably kill 1, 1.5, maybe 2 Plague Drones a turn with the Ravagers. But look, it's actually going to struggle to get through it. I can hear him.
I'm going
to do this. He has activated his Bloodletters first. I think that is the right call. He's going to try and cut this bottom unit of Talos down.
Okay, so fingers crossed we've got this all sorted. And I'm probably going to have a bit of an echo coming through. You might want this one on the other side. All right.
Pablo, can you hear me, baby? How you doing?
I can hear you. I can hear that beautiful voice.
I can hear your beautiful voice. PET Pabs, lovely to have you.
So can we just, from those on the chat, if you can let us know if you can hear, well, let's just start with me. I think I'm coming through still okay, but I might even be having an echo through Discord. So let me just, I think if I mute.
It's good on my end, on everything.
So Pablo, are you watching a stream as well as on Discord?
I've got the stream muted, got my headphones in.
So I'm going to mute myself on Discord, and I'm only going to come through the stream, because otherwise I get an echo.
Just so you know, there's going to be a delay on the stream.
Yeah. Always the case.
All right. So fingers crossed. Let's. Nope, still echo.
So they can still hear me. I'm all good. Some bad sneeze.
All right, so Pablo's apparently coming through pretty loud and clear. That's good to hear.
That's fantastic news.
And Adam, is Adam still coming through loud
Am I
and
still
clear?
coming through, guys? Can you hear the sexy sultry tones of the AA battery himself, the AC, your aircon, Adam Camilleri? That was all off the cuff. That was great.
Let's get ready to rumble. So, Pablo, what do you think yourself? We've obviously got a number of watch three.
Streams that we're being hosted through, who obviously will know who you are. And look, let's face it, most of this sounds like shit now. Yeah, I'm trying to work that out, mate.
It's all right. I'll take it from you. Pablo, tell us a bit about yourself. Sell yourself to the people. Tell them about Chapter Tactics. What do you do for frontline gaming? What do you enjoy about the hobby? Give us a lowdown.
Who I am. I'm PD Pop from Frontline Gaming. I am the host of a competitive 40K podcast called Chapter Tactics. And basically what I do is every week I get on Chapter Tactics and I look at the best players in the world and I watch them go at it in tournaments and I talk about those tournament results with army lists. We're about to host our large Las Vegas Open, which is like the Cancon of the United States for you Australians. Maybe you've heard of it. I don't want to consider myself an expert tournament analyst, but I definitely have a lot of experience in this kind of environment, watching high-level tournament play with these kind of powerhouse lists, and I'm really excited to be here. Thanks for having me on, guys.
Beautiful. Just bring it back to our game for a moment. Those bloodletters piled at the bottom that was first to activate, and they've cut down one of the tablas. It looks like they've done a few wounds to a second one. Now, Jeremy has used his last 2 CP. As you can see, his CP counter has now been turned over. He's out. Here's the well is run dry. It's bone dry, but he's interrupted with that top unit of Talos, and he has piled into the playground. He wants to try and cut a few of them down with the 3 damage attacks before they get any chance to cut them down to size. What do you see from this game, Pablo? What are you liking about it?
So I this is exactly what Chaos Demon armies do. This is quintessential play. You've got the tree right there back behind all those bodies. I don't like where those Talos are right now. They're surrounded by a lot of OBSEC bodies on that middle objective, and it looks like Hayden's got a real foothold on the middle of the board, and he's in striking distance of all 5 objectives right now.
Absolutely.
Those green circles, I'm assuming those are the objectives.
You're absolutely right. They are the green circles. So yeah, what I'm seeing now though is the Dark Elder had a phenomenal top of turn 2. Like I'm talking phenomenal. They cut down over 50% of the plague bearers that were on the table. He started with 120. He has around 40, maybe 45 left in 2 turns, 3 -1s to hit, through extra cover, through all those shenanigans, and all the buffs and warp surge, etc. That is a phenomenal turn. Now, I think the onus went straight back onto the Noggle player to change the status quo of this game. Otherwise, he was going to get absolutely crushed.
Yeah. Hayden definitely needs to get some kills going to get those primary scores. I still think that demons are not in a bad spot right now. Those plague drones look really healthy, and they are within striking distance of, I think, those Cabalite warriors on the top right. This should be Cabalite warriors.
They're
obviously.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'd say this is the kind of game that Chaos Demons like to play. A lot of big bodies in the middle, a lot of units just charging things. This big scrum. So I don't know. We'll see. I think it's anyone's game right now, but
they want this kind of NFL linebacker kind of scrums. They want to just go head to head and force you through and just grind you out. I try to eventually use terms from a game which I barely know anything about. We'll see how it went. How'd that go, Pablo? Still there, mate?
I'm here. Sorry, you broke up there.
Sorry. I said it's like an NFL play. They like to grind you out. They like to run through your defenses, push through, and over several turns, take away your ability to contest the middle of the board and contest the objectives.
Yeah, absolutely. And they're really good at it too. They're really durable, and I know they lost 60% of those models as plague bearers, but that Chaos Demon units, they're still really durable. Yeah. And as they take out more Talos, as they take out more Dark Eldar shooting, they're only going to the game and be untouched.
Yeah. There's a few things that I think I'm going to have to understand here. But so he's got the Vexator mask in that rolling blob of Dark Elder. I'm assuming the only thing that was 6 inches of was the Plague Bearer. So he's made the Plague Bearer strike last, and so the bottom Talos interrupted. The top Talos have now attacked, and the only reason the top Talos could have attacked before the Plague Bearers was if the Vexator mask was used upon them. So now the Talos at the bottom have now attacked, and the Grotesques are about to pile in now. As we can see, he's just moving them, and they're about to attack before those Plague Bearers. So that's going to be a problem for the Plague Bearers because they wanted to get mileage on those Grotesques because they're actually not bad against Grotesques when they're getting 5 and 6 damage on 6s, and the Grotesques have the single save, and they can go through and do 4 wins in a single block in a single hit. But naturally, if the Grotesques cut them in half before they get to do that, that's a significant issue.
And the unit that's in combat with the bloodletters down here on the bottom side of the screen, what is that? I can't quite tell.
That's 2 Talos.
It's 2 Talos. Okay.
So it looks like they've cut down. So there was a unit 25, and I can see 7 bloodletters up to the left of the screen. So he's cut down a few there, and now he's just cut down 3 Plague Bearers, and he's picking up some more. But
okay. So actually,
he's only killed about 3 Plague Bearers.
Yeah,
that's phenomenal.
So I didn't actually notice the racks in the middle of all those Plague Bearers there.
They're Grotesques, yeah.
Or Grotesques, sorry, I apologize. They're all Dark Elder, they're all the same. Grotesques, racks, Abominants, even though they're Gene Circle.
Yeah. If you'll notice something though, two of those Grotesques have now been racked. So if they survive, the Plague Bearers will be unmolested.
And like you said, the Dark Eldar player doesn't have any CP left, but I imagine the Chaos Demon player still has a ton of CP.
I would say because I haven't noticed him spend any yet, unless he spent one for the summoning, extra summoning, or rerolling one of the summoning dice, which he shouldn't have needed to, because he was within range of the poop tree for rerolls on that. So he probably didn't need any there, but he's probably, if I was him, I would have been dissing him out on Warp Surge, like in this combat. Just getting that 4-up invuln through makes a hell of a big difference. We just had insert punch here. How are they getting 5 or 6 damage? So firstly, they have the Plague Battle doubles the damage they deal, and then they have 2 damage on 6s already, I believe, and rerolls to wound. And then they get plus 1 damage from one of the heralds, so they go to 3 damage on a 6, and then times 2 for the Plague Banner once per game. You still with us, Pablo?
Yeah, and they are low AP, so they do a ton of damage, but they're really good for killing things like Talos. Not so good at killing things like Custodes and stuff with a really, really good armor save. But they really make you want to spend rerolls on armor saves if you do have an okay armor save.
Okay.
But they do a ton of damage.
We just got told that a sound might have dropped out, but it says insert punch here says the sound here. Can we get that confirmed, please? Can someone please tell us if the sound is still going? You can hear us loud. And
if you can hear me as well, guys, or anything,
yes,
I'll just keep talking too.
Yeah, if we can hear Pablo as well. He is quite essential to this portion of the actually, Pablo is quite essential to life. Pablo is the bringer and giver of life. At least for my long drives without chapter tactics. Yeah, it would be a much worse work day. So it looks like 2 Grotesques have been picked up. And he's about to consolidate. Yes, he's about to wrap 1 or 2 more. So yeah, look. It's fine. Now, audio seems fine, guys.
Now Jeremy is actually being pretty smart here with the Grotesques he removed. So I'm not actually sure if he could wrap that Grotesque. Obviously I'm not there in the moment, so I can't measure it out. But yeah. I would have said with the way Jeremy removed those Grotesques, I think they actually wouldn't be able to get wrapped. But then again, I'm not actually there.
Well, I think it was. So the one that he moved around from the bottom wasn't the one that was going to finish him off. There was a guy underneath the lighter side blocking terrain there that moved out from underneath that. And that was the one that we couldn't see that made that possible. Because the one you can see at the top, right above the Talos, that was the one that was under the lighter side blocking terrain, I believe. Otherwise you're absolutely right. Without that model there, that wasn't possible.
And I would like to say you guys are doing a great job of explaining everything that's going on here. There's a lot of 40K streams that I've seen. A lot of them are not very good. Obviously, won't say any names, but it is very hard to figure out what's going on the deployment in the game, what's going on right now. So to have players or I guess hosts and shoutcasters who know what's going on is very, very important. So I just wanted to give you guys a little kudos there, because I'm a guy who just came in here. just tried to figure out what's going on, and you guys have made it a lot easier to figure out what's going on.
Beautiful, thanks, man.
Gonna play around with the audio.
Yep, sure. So,
Just for
Should I keep
should
talking?
I keep talking?
So
The Bloodletters rolled a freaking one on Discord.
Their morale, so
morale.
they got some boys back.
Okay.
That's not what Jeremy needed right now.
That's
No.
not.
So, Pablo, the sound from Discord, I've just muted myself and Adam, so we shouldn't be coming through Discord now, but we can hear you through Discord, so you'll get our audio through the stream.
Okay, but is there a delay on the stream?
There is a couple of second delay on the stream, and that's Twitch. That's not actually us.
Yeah.
We've got the delay settings as
At 0, yeah.
0.
So we're just having the scores chucked in. So another great feature of our stream, which I'm not sure how many others do, is that we get live updates from the players. The players put their scores in on an iPad, and that is automatically instantly updated onto our screen for your viewing pleasure. So we're just having those updates now. As you can see on the bottom right, they're chucking in the scores on the iPad. I'm not getting Pablo.
Yeah. 1
Say
second.
that again?
All right.
Did you miss that?
So
I did get that.
Okay,
Awesome.
cool.
so there's not much of a delay then by the sounds of it, which is good.
So I'm going to say there's a delay. I'm going to count until you respond, Pablo. There's a delay.
I heard you on Discord.
Oh, you're hearing us through Discord.
So he's hearing us on Discord. Cool. All good.
I don't know
There
how
is-
that's happening.
Yeah, I
'cause
just
I've
I
got
just
it muted,
switched
but-
over to Discord. The Twitch stat was just I couldn't stand the sound of my own voice.
Dude, I get the same sometimes.
Yep. So those on the stream, if they could just confirm that we are back to relatively normal sound, with me probably still having a little bit of echo coming through both mics because I'm too loud. Adam as normal and Pablo coming through loud and clear. That would be great.
We've just had the bottom of turn 2 scores chucked in, and Hayden has taken a 3-point lead, which I was assuming would be a mark.
Two for Big Game Hunter,
Big Game Hunter.
1 for Recon.
Nice.
So
Which
no-
that's one thing about
no
Talos.
mark for death.
That's one thing about Talos now. Talos got a big game hunter point. He also
Yep.
would have had hold and hold more, but he did not get a kill that turn, did he?
So we've got Walduck's on 4 primary points. All of them are hold 1 and hold more.
Hold more, yeah.
And Jeremy is on 2 primaries of just hold 1. Jeremy is yet to kill a unit.
He's yet to kill a unit, yeah.
Which
He has one.
Whoa.
He has one of that green. So you can circle above the top left green objective. There is one plague bearer left from a unit there. So that represents a kill and a mark for death point right there, which he's going to pick up this turn.
Yep.
And he also has that unit inside the L-shaped ruin to the left of the screen. There's 1, 2, there's 5, there's 8 guys left in that unit.
there's a little guy. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 that are kind of in the ruin.
Oh, and he's
and there's this little guy that's
dog-legged
just
one
onto
out
the
for
objective.
Yeah.
Yep.
So he's got 9 left in that unit, and it looks like the Razor is going to be targeted in this turn.
Yeah, the Razor will take that unit off. So I would say that we're going to see this unit probably dead. That's definitely dead.
Well, I'm actually not sure the Razor Wing could take all the plague bears off in one turn.
I don't think so either.
I don't think so either. Yeah.
You know,
I think he kills 5 or 6 probably.
Yeah. Okay. And then don't die to morale. Yeah.
But I'm interested to see if he falls the Talos back, and if he does, where he decides to place them.
Yeah.
I mean, he's going to get more mileage out of them leaving them in combat, but at the same point, there are a high risk of getting chopped down and giving up more big game hunter points, especially if he keeps them in combat. He doesn't have any shooting targets. He has no shooting. He has 0 shooting targets if they stay in combat, so they must fall back. Otherwise, the Ravagers do nothing. So yeah, I think that just answered my question.
You answered. I had a question. I worked it out.
Yeah,
I
this is
answered it
great.
myself.
Hope you enjoyed the journey, everybody. It's fantastic. What do you think he's going to try this turn, Pablo? What do you think his game plan should be in this turn?
So I think he needs to set up to kill that plague bearer unit in the L-shaped building, like you said. I don't think he's going to kill it this turn, if I'm wrong. But I don't think the Razor Wing
He's not going to be able to shoot him next turn.
move, right?
The Razor Wing has moved, but next turn, with the placement he has, he's not going to be able to shoot him next turn. He has to fly away.
Yes. So he's doing the right thing. He's moving his Ravagers around. He's trying to get better angles on other units because, like you said, there isn't a lot of units for him to shoot at. It's his turn. So I would probably keep the Talos in combat like he's doing, just so they can get this first swing in, especially on the Bloodletters.
Yep.
He's
I was about to say, if you
he's
were
in
to
an
fall
interesting
back-
spot.
Yeah, if you were to fall back one of the tunes to Talos, you definitely fall back the ones in the plague drones, wouldn't you?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because
The-
otherwise the Ravagers... Well, so you can see the Ravagers are set up to shoot at them. There's one... I'm not sure with the placement of the closest Ravager to the drones. I think that's too close. I think he should have gone back with the other 3. That's just going to get...
aiding him.
Yeah.
So if he pulls the plague drones up, they'll definitely kill that Ravager. I think what he might end up doing is he might pulling these. I think the Warriors, whatever in that top right corner, he might try to screen the plague drones somehow after they kill the Ravagers. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know why that Ravager's out there.
Yeah, I don't know what Ravagers out there.
If I were Jeremy, I wouldn't give up any kills right now if I could help it.
Exactly right. Because it's so hard for you to get them, so the last thing you want to be doing is giving them up easily.
Yeah.
And you're already giving up. You're probably going to be giving up hold and hold more for mostly the rest of this game, unless this gets a big swing on the Plague Bearers. Keep in mind, he does have this yellow unit of Plague Bearers still left. So the unit of Plague Bearers, there's about 3 of them, with I think there's about 5 or 6 more underneath the line of sight blocking terrain, closest to the poo tree. That's definitely a killable target. And might even be honestly, if there's only about 4 or 5 left there, they might even be a better target for the Razor Wing than the guys in the L-shaped ruin.
Yeah, you could also just swing around with the Razor Wing and pick them up next turn.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. Yeah.
So you might want to. I mean, maybe you could shoot one of the Razor Wing's weapons at them to soften them up, to guarantee that kill. But I would definitely look to killing this 8-man unit in the L-shaped ruin, just because they're the only unit really within striking distance of that back objective.
I'm just gonna make a crazy statement. He's starting to look at rolling dice. That probably means his movement phase is ended.
Yes.
Which means he hasn't fallen back with either of the Talos unit.
I mean, I think he just made the decision to just keep those plague drones where they're at.
Yeah, well, he's got to hope now that the plague drones don't go ham and have just some incredible turn. Because he has taken wounds on that second Talos in that combat. The same with the Bloodletters. The 2 that he's in combat with down there, one of them is fully health and one of them is, I think, possibly taking a couple of wounds. So it's possible there's 2 half-dead Talos units on the board.
So
now, naturally, the Bloodletters do a lot less damage when they're not on the charge. They're 1 less strength, 1 less attack. So they're still winning on 5s, but they're only going to have... Was it 1 attack each or 2 attacks each now?
For who?
For the Bloodletters. They base 1? Or, I've got the Demon
They
Codex
base
here.
1.
They should have 2 attacks each.
So the question I've got for you, though, I mean, so those plague drones are within 7 inches of that tree, right? They're Nurgle. They can fall back and charge.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure keeping those Talos there was necessarily going to be that beneficial. The Talos aren't going to do enough. How many Talos are there left in that unit? 2?
There's 2 Talos less in each group, and both have got wounds on them.
Look, I would leave the Talos left in the Bloodletters, and swing and get rid of a lot of those.
I think he's going to lose that combat. The Talos are going to win that combat over time.
Yeah.
But the drones and the positioning of the drones is a big issue.
So if he doesn't do enough damage to those drones can fall back out of this combat in Hayden's turn 3.
Yep.
And then just start demolishing the backfield.
Well, he can, if there are any Talos left, he can either choose to recharge into the Talos, but he can also choose to recharge into those Racks or the Ravager as well.
Both.
Or all 3. He should do all 3.
No, so both. The Ravager and the Racks,
yeah.
I reckon is where the money's at.
Yeah. He still needs to kill the Talos. The Talos cannot stay where they are. To me, in my mind, it would be fall back, charge the Racks, and Talos.
Yeah, he's
kill
out.
Kill the Talos, wrap the Racks.
He's out of.
I know Jeremy's moving. I think he just charged a unit on the top there.
So I think his shooting phase is done.
Yeah.
He did. He just. Wow.
And we are seeing 2, 4, 6, 8 plague
There
bearers.
was 9 before. He's killed 1 plague bearer with his razor wing.
Mate.
This might be the big swing Hayden needed to take really cement some control over this game, because he had a hit. So he was rolling like 20 saves before with 5 up, 5 up on his plague bearers and saving just 3 or 4 of them.
Yeah, it was
and
horrible.
It was just really bad for him, which is why he had such a bad second turn. So this could be just the Karma Police coming to swing it back.
Yeah, Jeremy's second turn in the assault phase was absolutely brutal to Hayden's plague bearers. Look, he should have done a lot of damage to the plague bearers, but Hayden was rolling. Look, it's a dice-based game, and when you're rolling 5s by 5s, some of those had reroll 1s, I believe.
Yeah.
You would expect to save a reasonable number, and it was It was horrible. If you watch back the bit where he's rolled the last lot of disgusting resilience, and we can't see what he's saying because we can just see top down his head, but his head just went like that, and you know that it was a 4-letter word starting with the letter F.
So 12 blood letters have just been picked up from the Talos at the bottom.
Yeah.
So just straight up.
Yeah, that's what you needed.
Just club 12 of them. So it's safe to say that is now a non-effectual combat. The blood letters cannot make any difference there. In fact, they should probably fall back and get the hell out of there and not give up a kill next turn. But that makes an issue for him now because he can't leave the Talos there. They'll slingshot and they'll start killing all his heralds. So if you can set a circle here for me.
Yeah.
That's 2 Zinch heralds on discs and a Nurgle herald there. And then he's got 2 more Nurgle heralds somewhere, probably out of line of sight, around the bottom.
I wouldn't be surprised if there's one in here.
One in here and there.
And potentially in this little cluster. It's a little hard to see. Nurgle heralds and Plague Bearers are very similar when top-down approach and painted similar. In answer to Master Strider's question,
That's a good question.
if assuming the dice will balance out over the course of a game, which, hey, you've got to assume that you roll enough dice to get averages eventually, would you rather roll hot at the start or hot at the end? I would roll hot at the start every day of the week because you gain momentum.
That's true, yep.
Yeah.
But in that insane, does that mean you've rolled cold at the end?
But you have less. But here's the thing: if you roll hot at the start, you have more things alive, and your opponent has more things dead.
Yep.
That you
gives you more options over the long term of the game rather than just getting having a great job.
That's one Talos gone, and a Psychic Phase. Where are we?
Sorry?
No. He just put a spawn down, didn't he?
No, it was pretty grotesque. He would have picked it up by
sorry.
accident.
They're
hooking onto each other and shit. They're all fliggity and shit going everywhere. So that means the drones have attacked?
Hard to say.
No, it would have had to have been the drones.
Probably the drones.
I
think the drones are the only one in combat with the Talos.
He's still got the Vex out of mask, probably turning those Plague Bearers off.
Yeah.
Although he could have moved that over and used that on the drones, which might have been a good plan.
Yeah. It's a fair point from Total Panics. Just win the game in the first few turns. I mean, how many games are decided in the first few turns? And if you can roll hot in the first 2 turns...
You got any... what do you think, Pablo? Would you rather roll hot at the start of the game or the end of the game?
So actually, I disagree. I kind of... Adam was breaking up a little bit, but it sounded like he said he wanted to roll hot at the beginning, right?
That's what Josh said.
I would.
Josh said, all right, well... just because that's where the most important rolls are made, in my opinion. Those are where you need to make the 9-inch charges. If you played in 6th and 7th edition, the roll for the game to end or for the game to continue. The key kind of things that you need to go your way. In the beginning, if you have a lot of units and you have a lot of redundancy, even just rolling average is fine. Even below average isn't too bad because you have so many shots and you have your full army's shooting capabilities or offensive capabilities. So even if you go cold with your offensive capabilities, going cold with 100% of your army is more damage than going cold with 10% of your army, right?
Look,
so I would rather roll hot at the end, personally.
I think it does depend. It depends on a few things. Look, because all right. So for example, if we go with Matt number 1 Morrisoli's excuses for when he loses. Most of them have been failing a charge from his Angle Bomb, all right, which is usually in the first 2 turns.
Yep.
Either the Crystal, Dark Metal Crystal, or Deep Striking. So if you get 2 good turns of charging off, all right,
you've usually won.
You've usually won that game, which is why I would rather roll hot in the first few turns. Look, I'd rather roll average across the whole game. That's what I'd prefer to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I guess the question was if you had to have a choice between rolling hot at the start and rolling hot at the end, I would rather roll hot at the start and kill as much as I can, and then roll rubbish at the start, and then suddenly just get demolished.
Yeah.
But yeah, look.
Big developments in this game, guys. The top unit of Talos, in common with the Plague Drones, has been removed. They're gone. And he's lost 3... So the Grotesques attack, and he only lost 3 Plague Bearers to those Grotesques. And now the Blighters are about to pile in and attack. Sorry, go Pablo, what's up?
No, so it's funny. It's funny that you said that you wanted to roll hot, and then in this game, Jeremy rolled hot and killed a bunch of Plague Bearers in the beginning, and now he's probably wishing he could have made a couple saves on those Talos against those Plague Drones. and rolled hot there because now he's ceding 2 or 3 kills now to Hayden. You know, it doesn't look good. And remember, once you lose that entire middle board presence, if you're the Dark Eldar player, those Chaos Demons have nowhere to go but out. Right? So they're going to spread out and push the Dark Eldar army out of that center objective and away from those other objectives. So it doesn't look good for Jeremy. So I just think it's funny that in this case, I think Jeremy probably wished he could have rolled hot right now.
I think it's what you're rolling hot, not necessarily when you're rolling hot. You know, I would you know, the example with the Zangor bomb, I would rather roll hot on getting that charge than failing that charge. Like there was the swing that can happen from making or failing a charge with a big bomb is massive. Versus, if I roll hot in the first turn and I shoot at cultists, and instead of killing 10, I kill 30, like or grots. You know, whatever. You know, insert screen unit, chump unit here. That isn't overly impactful in the game. Rolling hot against that isn't a huge deal. Geez, another Talos gone.
Yeah, Talos gone, guys.
That's 3 Talos gone.
In Jeremy's turn.
In Jeremy's turn 3.
Yeah. And so that's really bad. The Grotesques are about to get wailed on now by the rest of the Plague Graves. It was actually the Plague Graves who killed that Talos. Because they're doing so much damage on their swings.
Oh, the Plague Banner?
They're probably doing 3. No, the Plague Banner's probably popped.
Oh,
yeah, he's probably still doing 3 damage.
Yeah.
On 6s. So now he's swinging into the Grotesques, and there's only 3 of those Grotesques left out of 7. Look, as soon as Jeremy loses the middle of the board, he has literally no way to get it back.
Yeah, like,
there's no feasible way for his army for him to take it back.
So the racks are pretty much... Look, the racks have this top left-hand corner at the moment. Alright, so here's the question for you. Do you just concede that objective?
I think so.
And then send the plague drones this way? Or do you send anything back for this? Keeping in mind, there's no longer he's run out of summoning points.
Yep.
Do you send anything back for those? What 2, 4, 6? What is it? 10 racks?
10 racks. Yeah. That was 10 racks. That was his arrowhead in front of his Talos, and he cornucopied them after they had 2 guys left and chopped them on the back line. So I think you have to ignore that. I think there's so many more points to be had going forward.
So you ignore the flyer, probably. Because the only thing left in Hayden's army to deal with that flyer might be a couple of those casters, and the plague drones.
So I'll just point out he has one bloodletter left.
Oh.
One bloodletter holding on to a kill. That is, he still hasn't killed a unit because there's one effing bloodletter left.
Yep.
Oh, sorry, no, he did kill a unit. There was one plague bearer left in that green squad in the top left, and I guarantee those racks probably picked it up. But yeah.
I think it looks like what Jeremy did was he charged that one plague bearer up the top. It's hard to see exactly with the measurements from the top down, but I'm pretty sure the plague bearer is still there. What he's done, I think he touched it with one rack and wrapped it, and didn't hit it.
Yep.
And then he's going to do it next. I don't really look. I think that might be more muscle memory. Like he's used to doing that. So as he can't get shot in Hayden's next turn. He's got death heads on the. Yeah, look.
And it's a short range. He needs to stand where he is to get range on him. Which is not. He's going to slingshot forward. Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you think, Pablo? I think that was probably muscle memory. So you go, Pablo.
For you guys, before I answer that, I think it's pretty clear that Jeremy is losing the middle of the board. A couple more models, those characters would still be smiting, so they would still be putting in work, and those plague drones are still relatively healthy. So if you're Jeremy and you're the Dark Eldar player in this case, do you push the middle of the board early, or do you hold off, maybe pick off one unit, get that early primary objective advantage, or at least keep the game close and then late game push from the middle? Basically what I'm asking is as a Dark Eldar player, what do you do in this situation? Do you think he could have done something differently, or do you think he just...
I think he overcommitted. I think he there was no reason for him to push turn 1 against an army with no shooting. He could have easily stayed at max range for his shooting, bunkered up, waited for him to drop the summons, see what he's going to drop for the summons, see where his board position is going to be. And don't invest in a way where you get swamped by 2 or 3 units of plague bearers at a time.
Yeah, so
you go and you eat one. You
could have.
He has no kills. He has 0 kills, guys.
The thing worth pointing out. So all right, so he had the 514-ish points available for summoning. All right. The beauty about that is usually, all right, that's a turn 2 to turn 3 kind of deal. All right. So you've usually got, especially if you've gone second, 2 to 3 turns of your opponent doing something for you to make a decision on. So, all right. So if he didn't push those grotesques forward, if he put all right, if he wouldn't have done it, but if he pushed all the Ravagers forward instead, all right, then maybe he wouldn't have chosen the drones. Maybe he would have chosen something else. Yep. The Hayden was able to react to Jeremy's first turn play, and I didn't agree with his first turn play.
Yeah. Look, and so if you see what he's doing in the top left, this is his this is the bottom of turn 3. We've had the scores updated for Jamie. He's
so
gone to 10 points.
Jeremy's got 2 points for Reaper, 3 for Recon, 1 for Mark for Death.
So he did kill the green squad.
He must have killed that top unit. And
1 for kill.
And yeah, so he got kill 1, hold 1 that turn 3. And we're just into the bottom of turn 3 now. And so far, Hayden's got 2 big Game Hunter points and 1 Recon point. And those Plague Drones...
No, he's already matched Big Game Hunter, by the way.
Really?
He's killed the Talos. There's 5 Talos gone. Each one's worth a Big Game Hunter point, so he's matched.
Okay. Well, he hasn't...
well, he hasn't had his chance.
He might do that at the end of the turn.
Top left-hand side, he's brought that unit of Plague Bearers out to go after those racks.
And there's some characters gone that way too.
I would tell you right now, it's going to be a total pillow fight.
No. So you'll see...
if they don't make it in.
You'll see there'll be some smites.
No, what I think he's going to... Actually,
those casters.
He's being clever.
Those casters.
He's being actually really clever. So I thought he'd have to smite to the grotesque, but he's got him on the other side of the line side blocking terrain.
Yep.
Who's the bottom line side of realms. So he's put him on that side. He's still close to the grotesque, but he can't see him, so he's going to smite into the racks.
Yep.
Clever sausage.
Yep. So I reckon he'll go with smites. Maybe he'll go with some additional psychic shooting. Not knowing exactly all the powers he's got. He'll do a few off that rack unit.
Maybe he'll cut him in half.
He might cut him in half with the psychic phase.
But then even if he makes the charge, he controls that objective.
Yeah.
Because he outnumbers. So he's pushing the Plague Drones out to the right. Looks like he's not going for the Ravager. He's just investing in getting those 10 racks off the board.
Getting rid of the OBSEC.
It's about to say he's gunning for the OBSEC.
And also, you'll see that green circle there's an objective on the bottom level of that ruin.
Yeah.
If he can clear the racks from, or even just contest this objective the top left.
He's
holding the first one
from the racks to get that objective.
Interesting. I'm not sure how big that unit is.
It goes all the way under, man. It'll be and it's 7-inch aura.
Yeah,
so
I'm assuming it's that unit's within 7,
yeah.
so he can potentially then with that Plague Bearer unit.
He's going to use them. They're going to charge the racks through the terrain, hit that and jump that objective.
Yep. So at the end of Hayden's turn 3, he's probably going to hold all objectives. I'm just not 100% certain what this model here is.
Well, I actually thought that was the Farseer.
It could be the Farseer.
Yeah.
Could be the Farseer. And this model here.
We've got the Archon up the top right.
Yeah.
So he's buffing the Ravages. That'll be one of the Homoculuses or Marine Ratcraft, and that's another one of the Homoculuses or Marine Ratcraft. What are you seeing here, Pablo? What's your predictions?
So the Dark Eldar player has one chance, I think, and that's basically to bail on the middle of the board with those fast vehicles, get kill. If he can successfully kite and potentially even kill those Plague Drones, which would help him out a ton. If he can kite the Demon Army, he can get kill more and kill a turn. And if he can get one objective as well until the end of the game, he'll be able to score 3 points in primary, which would match Hayden's primary points because he would have hold more and he might kill something. So if I were Jeremy at this point, I would be looking to getting kill and kill more every turn with an objective and giving as little kills as possible. Hayden might have made a mistake by killing that Talos unit early and then bringing the other Talos unit down. So now Hayden has to basically economize his kills, right? So now he can't kill both the racks in the middle or the grotesques in the middle and the Talos in the middle. Now he's got to kill one or the other because that might be a kill that he can't pick up later on in the game.
Yep.
So one thing I'll point out, I'm looking at that top Ravager, which doesn't look like it's going to get any units invested into it. That Ravager can jump over and try and kill one, possibly even with the help of the Razor Wing, both of those Zinch Heralds.
And that would be huge. That would be
massive.
That would be big.
And keep in mind, he's still got that small unit of Plague Bearers on the left. There's only about 3 or 4 of the yellow squad of Plague Bearers left as well. So there's 2 easy kill points there, plus those 2 Zinch Heralds. That is at least 1, if not 2 turns of kill more.
All right, so let's say you're Hayden at this point, and you go whoops, I've left a big, massive space around here. And you're right, the Ravage can jump in, potentially even take out both of those.
Yep.
When these guys charge, do you reckon you string back and maybe do a little bit of a circle?
Yeah, if he's noticed that, if he's seen it, if this is exposed, especially if he's putting the Bloodletters into those racks as well, you don't need an over-investment.
Plague Bearers, but yeah.
Yeah, sorry, you know what I mean, sorry.
Yep.
If he's putting the Plague Bearers into
Also, there's a Bloodletter that's run away under here.
Yeah, one blood. Yeah, exactly.
Actually, that one Bloodletter will stop the plane doing anything.
No, but the plane could just literally sit right next to him if it wants to.
This one?
Yeah.
So he...
This also depends on what Hayden's secondaries are.
Yeah.
No way. That plane...
Adam, what are Hayden's secondaries?
The secondaries for Hayden were Big Game Hunter, which he's currently got marked down as 2, but he's killed 4 Talos. 6 Talos.
5 Talos.
So there's one down the bottom. He's killed 5 Talos, which we believe means that he's capped out Big Game Hunter.
Yep.
Or is Big Game Hunter units?
No, it's models. Any model with over 6 wounds.
So I reckon he just hasn't updated that since earlier.
He'll do that. This is the bottom of turn 3, so he'll do that at the end.
He's also got Mark for Death, which at the moment he hasn't marked any off. And he's got Recon, which he scored 1 point for.
So he's just made the charge into those racks. It looks like he's killed 4 with the smites.
Yeah.
I can see about 6 left. So let's look. Sorry, one sec, guys.
Yeah. So one of the Adam's just getting asked a rules question. We've got literally a table right next to us, which so far has been little interaction whatsoever. But hey, we've been. They thought we were TOs.
We're community people. If someone asks me for help, I'll help them.
I think I've been asked a grand total of 4 times while sitting here. Is there a lost and found? I'm like, what do I look like?
Yeah.
I have a headset and I'm talking at a camera.
So he's put a herald, and so he's got a Bloodmaster, which is a Corn Herald, and he's put that and one of the Nurgle Herald into that Talos. I hope that's not a mistake, and it just doesn't bounce off the 4+ impulse.
How many? Well, Panics. Thanks Panics for the bits. I don't know. He's got no CP left for interrupting, so that's good. You don't have to worry too much about that. Do you think that those 2 characters have enough punch to take out Talos?
I think
it all comes down to how you roll an inbound.
If it's untouched, if it's untouched, I think it's actually a struggle. If it's got a couple of wounds on it, I think it's doable.
Look,
now the Plague Bearers have just charged. They have strung through. They've tapped the racks and they've circled the Grotesque and they've circled Urian and they've circled the Homunculus.
Interesting.
So he has just decided, I'm just going to wrap everything, and you cannot dig me off the middle of the board anymore.
Yeah.
These guys are going to stay here. They're on 2 objectives. They're OBSEC, and you can't shoot them.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So if you want to chuck one of those bad boys, another bag, loose ones.
These are all Advic. I've bagged up all the.
Okay. All right. So yesterday, the top cheerer, Mandalore Knight from Auckland, New Zealand, scored himself a bag of 10 of these bad boys. And yes, it's on the 6.
We're not savages, we're not peasants.
Yeah, you've got it. In Australia, there is a set of dice which have been making the rounds. Big orders have been made. They get made every now and then that use a very Australian word that's commonly used. That people in the US...
Use it for the people you love, use it for the people you hate. It's great.
Yeah. It starts with the letter C.
And ends with T.
Yep, and you can fill out the other 2 letters. Those are the only dice that you should have that on the 1.
Yeah, because you want to say that when you're yeah.
Yes, we will not use that word for a number of reasons.
As we call it a Dan Martin, we call it doing a Dan
Yeah,
Martin.
but the main reason is we're currently being hosted through FLG.
Yeah.
And if we started dropping them left, right, and centre, there is no way that's ever happening again.
No, we'll keep it clean. Now, I don't quite know which combat we're going into. We'll see where the hammer falls. But he's rolling with 5 attacks. There's only a couple of models in his army that have 5
4
attacks.
saves.
One of them being the Bloodmaster.
Up.
I see. I think we've got an issue. 6 ups.
So 3. Oh, there goes Grotesque.
There goes the Grotesque. That's the last of the Grotesque gone.
Yep.
And so yeah, he's doing his piecemeal attacks. He's got like 5 of the Grotesques, 4 on the Urian, 4 on the other guy.
It's all right. So different people have different ways of doing their combat phases.
Yeah.
All right. So Jeremy has no CP left. He can't interrupt.
Yeah.
When I play this, especially when I'm trying to keep things at a reasonable pace, I simply go from left of the table to right of the table.
That's right.
Sometimes if the game's really going poorly for me, I need a morale boost, and I leave that morale boost till the end. Because
I've done that so many times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the last thing you want to do is get that morale boost at the start of the assault phase, and then 3 of your units die against. So from my point of view,
we've got a couple of racks being picked up by plague bearers. There's 2 dead there. The rest will probably get done by the plague drones. He's got a lot of dice.
A lot of dice.
This is going to be the rest
Has
of
to be the plague drones.
No, this will be plague bearers going into Urian or the other guy.
Thank you very much.
Dekai?
Dekai? We're going with Dekai.
We'll go Dekai. We should plug some sponsors.
My turn?
The other turn.
All right. So big shout out to who's showing at the bottom of the moment. We're going to start with the Army Painter. So the Army Painter, if you are living under a rock and don't know anything about how to paint an army, have never painted an army before, what are you doing on our stream? No, kidding. So the Army Painter, their main goal is to let you get more time for gaming. So it's all about... Oh, thank you very much for subscribing. It's all about getting your armies done to a reasonable tabletop standard at a quick pace. If you want to see a perfect example of that, head over to the Army Painter Facebook page and check out I can't remember exactly how many videos it is, but it's 3 days worth of recordings of Nick Nanavati painting up close to 4,000 points of orcs in prep for LVO. It was epic. So basically that was from sprue to base to done, tabletop standard.
You watch these men go from excited to weary to excited again to weary. It's an absolute journey. It's an epic adventure.
And look, if you use that method, the spray dip done method, you might not win a Golden Demon prize, but it looks tabletop above tabletop quality. So get on board.
Yeah, above tabletop.
Yep.
So all of the racks have just been picked up. And looks like the plague bearers. So it looks like you were right. They were rolling the racks. So the racks are all gone. He's attacked with all the plague bearers. Anything left to do is to see if he pulls out this Talos. We'll wait and see. In the meantime, do you want me to plug OTP or do you want to do it?
OTP Terrain, their 3D printing business run out of WA in Western Australia. They do wargaming terrain. They do modification kits. So Tim from round 3 yesterday, his Tau army at the ATC had a whole bunch of Riptide conversions that were printed off by OTP. They're a great sponsor. We've got 3 vouchers which we're giving out across the weekend, and they also have a massive 15% off until the 1st of Feb. Enter code OTP 15% over at www.otpterrain.com. That is scrolling across the bottom of the screen right now. We hope that tomorrow we will have some of their terrain in our hands. Now,
we should lay it today.
Manly hands. I know they don't have it here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, but he's going to go get it at lunchtime.
Okay. So we should have the terrain hopefully today, but maybe tomorrow, to give you guys a bit of a look to see what it looks like. But it's absolutely awesome. They do it from 6mm, which is Titanicus basic scale, up to 32mm. So if you play pretty much any game, they do sci-fi, they do fantasy. They've even started doing tiles for Warhammer Underworlds. Most people know it as Shadespire, but Shadespire was just a world in Warhammer Underworlds.
It was like a patch.
Yeah. Patch is actually a good example. Yes, and so we have a number of competitions going on this weekend on the stream. So Totally Not Panics has just taken the lead as the top cheerer. So at the end of today, the person in the lead who's top cheerer, we're going to give them a set of 10 Down Under Pairings / network dice. You can choose between a combination of white and black. Maybe white?
Blacks are all gone.
Blacks are all gone. All right, you can have white.
Sorry, guys. Literally, everyone's like, I got black ones? I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, do you want a mixture? I'm like, no.
Yes, so we've got that going on. We have the Dream Team competition, which there's a couple of score sheets which were missing or not completely entered. So unfortunately, a couple of players didn't get all their Dream Team points. We'll talk about that a little bit later, but if you look at downundernetwork.com, there's an article that was published a few days ago that covers how the Dream Team competition works. Think of it like fantasy football, fantasy baseball, super coach, depending on where you are in the world. Yep.
Pablo, what are your thoughts
Yes.
on Dream Team? It's a brand new experience for you. You've just jumped on. Tell us what you think.
Fortunately, I went in there and I haven't submitted a dream team yet. I went in there and I tried to figure out what names to pick. I was unsure, but I love the idea. I don't know. Is it too late for me to? I think it's too late for me to submit a dream team now that the event's going on.
Yeah.
It is.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, it is. Because there is prizes.
But if you want to, we will make an exception for you. But unfortunately, you won't get any prizes.
We can put you on the
No,
Dream Team
that's
competition.
absolutely
So,
fine.
Adam and I, for example, are on the Dream Team comp,
We
but
can't
we're,
do
we're
anything.
ineligible. Look, I can work out the 5 players you want in your Dream Team. I'll do some magic behind the scenes, and I'll set it up as.
I have my 5 players, and one of them even has a loss.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Confidence.
how honorable I am.
Confidence. So apparently Pablo needs to get going, guys. So Pablo, give us a prediction for the end score of this game. What do you think it's going to do?
So Jeremy's definitely on the back foot. If he can do some shenanigans, some diplomacy to get Hayden to forget about recon, Hayden, I don't know if that Ficulent Narwhal is holding that bottom left quadrant. I don't know if he has any units in that bottom left quadrant.
It's tough.
Maybe you guys can help me out.
The only one would be those heralds.
Possibly
sorry,
here.
We're just going to give the call on the herald. So one of the heralds dies. They did not shift that last Talos. So it looks like the Bloodmaster, the Corn Herald, has been dropped by the Talos. So
there's a bloodletter standing right here that looks like it's probably in the bottom left-hand quadrant.
Yeah. So my prediction is Hayden takes it in a close game.
Yep.
But Jeremy has a chance if he can keep Hayden's secondaries low, keep those marked from death units from dying. He has a real shot at this.
Yeah. And needs to start picking up these small kill points that are lying around.
So they're just updating the score sheets now.
Yeah.
They've capped out He's capped out Big Game Hunter, 2 for Mark for Death, and he's just updated 2 for Recon. So it's 13. The scores are accurate, and it's 13. Oh, sorry, no, they're still updating a couple more.
Updating more.
On who got the kill more.
14.
Yeah. This is
14 to 10. So
he's about to win hold 1 and hold more, I think, as well.
Yeah. So it's not a big margin, but it's in the game state we're looking at now. It's huge. It's like 4 points. It's actually a big deficit for Jeremy to try and pull back.
All right, so we will let Pablo drop off and do what he needs to do.
Honestly, Pablo's been such a pleasure to have on, mate. Anytime you want to jump in, just let us know. You're more than happy to.
Just give us a holler.
Absolute
We have Discord muted for most of it, and so just send us a message on Facebook. We've got that going on, so we can keep track, and we'll drop you back in. Is your plan at this stage for the 3rd round of today with the other lads, or
whatever you want, man?
Whatever you want, basically.
All right, later, guys.
All right.
See you later, brother.
We'll work it out. Catch you later. Let's just... Okay.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
We actually
need to get a time check.
Chess clock says 25 minutes and I want to say 35 minutes.
We've got 41 left on the clock.
Does that say about 40-ish minutes? Does that say about 40-ish minutes on that TV?
It's 41.
41 minutes and 6 seconds left of the round.
Phenomenal. 45 people watching. Thank you so much, guys. That is close to one of our best. If we get above 50, we'll crack our PB.
Yes.
So tell us, get like 6 of your mates in. Someone just tell 6 of your mates, come on. You can all break the PB with us.
Yeah. Also, just quickly bring up the Twitch stream. We won't let it stay there too long, so it doesn't eat too much of our downloads for FLG. I should be interested to see how many people are on there, because that 45 doesn't include people sitting on FLG at the moment.
Oh, really?
No.
There you go.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, so they don't get to chat with us, unfortunately.
Doesn't say how many they've got.
It doesn't tell us.
Yeah, it doesn't tell us. So it could be considerably more, could be considerably less. Probably not less. Actually, definitely not less. That was the wrong statement. I retract everything. I regret showing up this morning.
I regret nothing. All right.
I'm about to get onto my second bottle of water for the day.
And I want to do a big shout out to Mike the Man Rainbow, our latest Tier 3 patron. So what we'll probably end up doing at the end of today, I reckon, we'll do a big list of our patrons that have signed up.
Yep.
And we'll chuck them on the scroll, I reckon.
Yeah, give them
some
our
love.
thanks.
So we've, ha, ha, ha.
What just what? What just happened?
So, one second. I'm just going to mute myself.
Hold on. Don't do Tinder on the stream.
He just had his Tinder up.
So, yeah, one of our...
He's a classy. You're a classy man. You're very just a classy.
Sneaky
individual.
Tinder game. Oh, jeez.
Oh man,
That's
that is hilarious. He's just sitting there like right.
I've no idea if we... Well, it's up there now.
We can't do anything about it now.
Yes, so we're up
It's one of
to...
the kind of nice things, Walduck.
Yeah, there's been a number of occasions where we've had to mute Walduck or when he's been on the chats, take a message offline and say, mate.
We call him the belligerent duck. In dark alleys and stuff. Like, have you heard from the belligerent duck?
Yeah.
Don't tell him. Don't speak his name too loud. He'll appear.
So we're currently top of turn 4. It is 17 points to 10 to the demon player. Hayden has
Wow,
4 for
17%.
4 big aim hunter, 2 mark for death, 2 recon versus that surely he's done more reaper than that. And he's got versus Jeremy's 2 reaper, 3 recon, and 1 mark for death. I reckon there's probably another at least 1, if not 2, reaper points there that just haven't been added in because that's way too low.
LARP King is one of the top tables. Yes, this is technically the 3rd top table, I think. The 3rd or 4th. We're doing things a bit differently because this is an 8-game event and every player plays all 8 games. So what we are doing is
It's the 7th top table.
Seventh.
But they are ranked 13th.
Yeah,
they're on 3 wins.
They're undefeated going into day 2.
Yep.
So we have because it's an 8 gamer with over about 150 players. There's a big pool of people to pull from who are undefeated, and we're trying to keep it so no one gets on stream more than twice.
Yeah.
So the big dogs, you kind of have to leave to the end.
Yeah. So
Otherwise
currently
you end up having them on like 4 times.
Currently, you got equal first on 3,108 Swiss points. You've got Matt Morrisoli playing against Eric Lathuris. They are the top table, and as I said, we didn't want them streamed now. It's a tough call. Tough call.
It's always regrettable. So because either one of these players, these one's top caliber players. Either one of these guys could slingshot and just go bang straight up into the top table. We can see either of these guys again. Which is why it's so good. We have such a big pool of top caliber players to pull from. We can just pull good matchups, interesting players, people who we think are going to get along well and going to have smooth games, going to get done on time. We can pick and choose. We can cherry pick the best possible games to show you guys.
Okay, so we're going to throw it out to the stream. We've got 40 viewers right now. For the round 5 game, so the one after lunch, what do you want to see? Pick a faction. All right.
We were thinking Knights. We haven't put Knights on yet.
We had Knights round 1.
Oh, that's true. We did.
Pick a faction. Let us know what faction you think you'd like to see. Maybe you'd prefer to see the top table. You're like, all right, cool. We've seen 4 games of middle to high-ish games. All right, so we want Deathwatch on the stream. Apparently, is one of the. You know who that is, right?
What? Oh, that's it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Pablo.
No, that's not Pablo.
Nah, Yak Hunter is
Oh,
Peter.
yeah.
Hunter Man is Pablo.
Apologies. Yeah.
That's all right.
GSC, Orcs,
Necrons.
baby. We've had Orcs on the stream round 1.
Dude,
I'm not against that.
I would love
Necrons.
to get Necrons on, but
You know
I'm
what'd be
pretty sure
awesome?
they're all like 1 and 2, 0 and 3.
Necrons.
He's scrolling down the leaderboards to find out.
It's a bit of a scroll. I'm just going to do a find. 36th with 2 wins and a loss.
That's not too bad.
Oh, that's pretty good for Necrons.
LARP King, whereabouts are you from, dude? You're not from Australia? Whereabouts do you reside in this wonderful spinning marble of a world? Look at the circles on the back of his freaking head. That's so good. Yeah. So Hayden graciously let us tag the back of his head with the Down Under Pairings logo as best we could, as best all the artistic skill of Josh. Fuck.
Jeez.
All the artistic skill of Josh and a texter in 30 seconds on the back of his head.
Look, you know what we should do? We should, from now on, when they ask us who to run on the top table, bald-headed people
Bald-headed
that are
dudes.
willing to have a straw in their head.
Priority. Are you a bald-headed man? Can we put a brand on your forehead? Yes, you can be on stream.
Or we should give them Down Under network hats they had to wear back to front.
Yeah, we got to ask them if they'll shill for us. Would you be our shill?
True.
Where are we at with this game?
Andy Tank says table 1, please.
The top left playing barrier unit that had about 7 guys left in it has been cut down to 2.
Yep.
I'm guessing that's got to be from either the flyer, probably actually not the flyer, probably that top left Ravager. Now the other 2 Ravagers have moved forwards, closer towards the drones.
Interesting call.
Very interesting call. Bordering on suicidal call. Yeah, that is quite curious. Now I'm looking to see if both of the homunculuses are still there. So we know we've got one homunculus or Urian. I don't know which one's which. Can you circle this for us around Waldorf's hand? So one of the homunculuses, one of the characters, has been racked there, denying the plague bearers from being shot. And so one of those is Urian Rackhath, one of those is his homunculus with the Vexator mask. Just trying to see where the other one is. There he is. He just got picked up. He's just dead. Never mind. Problem solved.
Okay, so we're just going to try this for a second.
While he's tweaking and tooling around, I will keep the masses entertained with my mighty voice. The Razor Wing Jet Fighter position is an interesting one. I like that he hasn't fallen back with his Talos. He's just going to keep it there. He's going to try and pick up that Nurgle Herald that he's got in there. And then the actual Talos has actually got a bit of a free reign. Because there's not much down there that's going to take care of it. Unless he diverts some smites with those Zidge Heralds making through this turn, he can drop the smites down there, try and smite that guy out. Other ways he can do that is see if the Plague Bears can do it, if they're buffed up, 3 damage on the 6s and things like that. And also the Plague Drones. The Plague Drones should definitely go up the top and try and take out those Ravagers. What's up?
Hello. What am I talking to? What am I doing?
Can you hear me?
You got roaming.
Can you hear me through you?
Barely. We're going to try something brand new, guys. Innovation Central. Canberra, Victoria. New shit happening all the time.
I think it's as loud as I'm going to get. Stream, can you hear me?
Can you hear me, Stream? Josh? Let us know if you can hear Josh. He's going to go roaming and he's going to tell us about some of the top tables. We don't have a camera for it, but he's mic'd up and he's going to go on a journey.
Put him 6. Yep. All right, let's go.
Let us know if you can hear Josh, please. Nice. You can. You're good to go.
All right.
He's just going to walk over. I can barely hear him, so I'm going to...
All right. So we have a Plague Bearer. We've got a Homunculus. Unit of racks under the bottom right-hand corner of the ruin.
Yep, so they hold that bottom
here.
perspective.
And a Farseer. And we've got this ruin's been cleared, and we've got an Archon at the top right-hand corner.
Beautiful. This is great, actually.
So we're going to just do a quick little check of the very top table. So we've got Eric Lathuris with the Nids playing against Matt Morrisoli's Chaos list. Eric chose Reaper, yet to score a point. They've done completed 3 turns. Reaper's on 0. Mark for Death for Eric's got 2. And Old School yet to score a point. Morrisoli's got Reaper with no points. Old School with no points. Mark for Death has got 2. And they are pretty even. So round 1, Morrisoli was hold 1, hold more versus Eric's hold 1. So it was 2 to 1. And then round 2, same again. But then Eric got 3. So end of round 2, they were on equal points. They are very close. It's a very close game.
Fantastic.
The board status looks like that as well. I mean, the fact that they're so low on Reaper points, or they may have also agreed to do the Reaper just at the end. I don't know. Hard to say. I don't want to interrupt the game.
Fantastic. That's awesome.
Who else would you like me to check out?
Go to Chris Wright if you can see him. Do you want me to see if I can get a table number for you?
Yeah, that'd be good. I'm just having a little bit of scout myself. See who else I can see. We've got a game that looks like it's done and dusted between two Hamhouse New South Wales OGs. How did that go? So Jason Collins with the Sisters of Battle, or Adeptus versus Yanari, mainly grotesque. The Alex Rimmel, yeah, it was and yeah, good old cat lady. Big win to the Sisters. Unlucky, mate. Unlucky. All right. So have you got a table number for me, mate? All right. We're still looking for that table number for Chris's table.
What kind of search?
I'm right back. He's on table 60. All right.
Versus Liam Hackett. That's a great game. Damn. That's 20 meganobs, guys. That's 20 meganobs versus Eldari Soup. That would have been a cracker.
Table 60.
Table 60 indeed. You got any questions for Diff? Any other games you wanted to look at? Have a look at the pairings wise. See if there's anything else that jumps out to you as a great idea to get a look at. Yeah, Liam does love these extreme lists, guys. 20 meganobs is right up his alley. Just getting a call back on our game state. The Plague Bears look like they've cleaned everything out that they're in combat with. And they're spreading out. Jeremy, tell me when you're ready to go, and I'll stop talking. But the Plague Bears are spreading out. Look like they're charging down the bottom of the table. They're going to try and take care of that Talos, because it seems to be more that the two Heralds can handle. The Plague Drones have moved up. They're going to charge both those Ravagers. And looks like the back of the board is still secured by a single Plague Bear on that back left objective.
So Christopher Wright and Liam's game is done. They're just tallying up the scores right now. I'm still seeing pretty much all the looters. I'm seeing not a whole of the Eldar left, but pretty much all the orcs are in his back corner. Looks like Liam got a win, 29-17.
Wow, that's a big call. So Chris Wright was the number one placed ITC player in Australia leading into this event. There's a few events outstanding which, when they were tallied, would have made Matt Morrisoli number one, but Chris was a solid second place. So for him to drop a game now, that's a big deal.
Yeah, for sure.
And that just catapulted Liam up into the top tables. So we might have a 20 meganob list on next for you guys.
Hey, yeah, look, I'd love to see that list. I'd love to see that game.
I'd love to see it.
We had someone ask for orcs. I'd be keen.
Yeah, I would be keen to have that on as well. Guys, what do you guys think? Would you like to see a 20 meganobs orc list go up against whoever he's up against? It will be like close to the top table, if not the top table. So it's probably the second or third top table, but it will be a cracker of a list and a cracker of a game. Liam's a fantastic player, and he's just joined the ETC team as well. The Plague Drones have just made charges on both of the Ravagers. I don't know if he's got enough. Does he have enough attacks to kill both? Maybe just invest in one. Yeah, Hyunzo Man has just said, heck yeah, that sounds fun. It's got the Pablo's tick of approval. That's good enough for us. That's good enough for the people. We'll get Liam Hackett on for the next round.
Also, our one of our first patrons signed up, Ben Mulhall, at his very first ever tournament. It looks like he's doing quite well in round 4 and is currently on 3 wins. So it looks like going in round 5, he might be at his very first Cancon.
That's fantastic.
Undefeated. He's absolutely stoked. We'll see. His game's still going, so it's not jinx him too much.
Mate, give him a Down Under Network high five, please.
Will do. Will do.
I want to hear it. Do it now. That's all right.
I've just walked away from the table. I'll walk back.
Slacker. No, it's all good. I think that's about it for the notable games we wanted to have a look at. Unless there's any other that the people are really dragging to see. Otherwise, we'll bring it back to this. This game looks like it's going to be wrapping up fairly shortly. I think they've got about just under half an hour left. So, but yeah, it looks like this game is almost decided. The Plague Drones are just attacking into the 2 Ravagers. I don't know where he split his attacks, but it doesn't look like he split them at all, which I think is the good call. They can't fly away from you. They're not fast enough. Just smash down one out of the sky every turn. I think it's a good way to go. Whereabouts are you, man? I can't even see you.
I'm walking back.
You lost
I'm walking back.
There we go. There he is.
All
What
right.
did you think?
I love this roving idea.
Yeah, I love it as well. What did you guys think? That was our first time trying it. That was an off-the-cuff invention by Joshua Diffie. He's just like, hey, we're cooked into Discord. I can just go for a walk. It's freaking awesome. All right, tell us what you think, guys. If that's something that we should do periodically throughout the day, we will absolutely start doing that. I think it's a brilliant idea myself. Dude, good job. Staying on. Yeah, Master Strider, super elite all the way. Still, I think he's still got like 80 or 90 boys in the army. So he's doing good. He's doing real good. All right, here we go. Jump back.
Give me that back. Enemy control. Unmute ya. All right. Let's get ready to rumble.
So it looks, Ravagers has been picked up from the top right from the Plague Drones. The Ravagers going to try and fly away for about 14 inches, but it's not going to be enough to get away from the Plague Drones. They'll fly 10. They'll get like a 5 or 6 inch charge at worst, and they'll pick that one up too. The Talus at the bottom has just been picked up as well. This is just going a bit from bad to worse. I'm not sure what that Raider is doing down there. I think it's still, he might have picked up all the guys, because he had a unit of Rax in that bottom right L-shaped ruin, yeah?
Yep.
He might have picked up the guys in there, and he's just trying to keep them safe.
Yeah, so last count, we've got a Farseer chilling back here.
Yep.
There was some racks in this corner. And you're right, they could have been dropped into the Raider and just get the hell out of Dodge. And then we have the Archon up the back, as well as the one remaining Ravager here, and then the one over here.
So that Ravager on the top left should jump over, kill that last Plague Bearer, and take that objective, yeah? It's a kill, it's a hold.
Yep.
That's good use.
You're not going to get much better than that.
The one in the top right, I'm of the opinion that should drop back in the top right corner and pull the Plague Bearers out of the middle of the board.
Look, I think this guy just V-lines over here. I wouldn't even be against. It's a bit hard to bank on it. Look, this Razorwing.
Yep.
Razorwing. I don't think it's got enough to budge what's left of the Plague Bearers there.
No, they're all gone. They're all up the top. Oh wait, no, there's 2 left.
Yeah.
Oh crap.
Yeah, there may only, look, there's at least 2. There may even be a couple under here, a little hard to see. Yep. So, look, if this guy brings around here, I would be looking at these 2 and going, well, these 2 need to get as far apart from each other as possible.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any...
two at once.
There's no benefit of being near each other anymore. Well, all right. So in my opinion, get the hell out of Dodge.
Yeah, so I think they need to split up, but they need to drop back. I don't think you can leave the Plague Drones in the middle of the board. If they move back into the middle, they could threaten both those Raiders, the Raider and the Razorwing. Leaving them there, they're already in your face. You might as well pull them away further away from other kills, because they're going to get those. Firstly, the Archon in no way can move away from them.
So right now, we've got 24 minutes on the clock for Jeremy, and 16 minutes on the clock for Hayden. And that was Hayden...
So that was the bottom of turn 3.
It's the bottom of turn... Yes. No, it was that was top of turn 4.
Yeah.
And if Hayden's just entering some scores, so it must have been...
bottom of 4.
Bottom of 4, they didn't update the turn.
Yeah, that's what I say. He just killed the Ravager in combat. It's the bottom of 4. Going into 5. They should still complete this game. Possibly, I think. What's left on the clock?
Well, it says 16 minutes and 24 minutes.
There's 20 minutes left on that clock.
There's 20 minutes on that clock?
Yeah.
All right. Fair?
Fair.
So Hayden just got he got 5 points that turn. So he got he got the bonus, he got the hold, he got the kill, he got the more of both.
He's just jumped massively.
Whereas
answering a couple of questions.
Yeah.
So good morning, Epic Cheese. Good morning, man. Master Strider thinks the mobile diffie was great. Saunzy thinks the roaming diffie was great, and we've got Rograx.
Yeah, what I think with Saunzy's comment there, I like that idea. I think potentially after deployment, we do a quick little roam to see where all those hidden units might be.
Yeah, that would be nice.
And then we can keep track of those. So for example, we didn't know. well, I didn't know anyway.
There was a unit,
of racks right, under that ruin for pretty much the whole game, because we
didn't know.
We didn't know.
So we're using, this is ITC. This is a straight up and down ITC event.
Yep.
So ITC missions, ITC FAQs, ITC everything is being adopted for this.
Whoa.
If that answers your question.
Whoa.
Well,
Okay.
just
No, we're good. We're good.
Yeah.
So top of turn 5.
Yep.
So top of turn 5, Hayden's got his 4 points for Big Game Hunter, 3 points for Mark for Death, and 3 for Recon.
Yeah.
Jeremy's got 2 points for Reaper, although I feel as though that's a little low, and he's got 4 points for Recon and 2 points for Mark for Death. And at the moment, Hayden is 24 to 13. He's just run away with it now at this stage. It's look, for Jeremy's just got to get as many points as he can.
Let's look at the easy points he can score. The one on the top left is just one Plague Bearer on an objective. Moving your Ravager onto that. Actually, he's already used his Ravager.
He's put his Ravager onto that center objective. I don't know if that's the call I'd go with.
No, I don't think it is.
But
putting it in the back corner puts it out of danger.
Yep.
It picks you up a point and it holds you an objective. If he goes to an objective there,
out of curiosity,
he can just walk one.
Out of curiosity, how does I know it's not a great. I know it's not great, but how do you feel a Ravager goes against one Plague Bearer on the charge?
Well, I think it still hits on 3s in combat. It's strength 5.
It hits on 3s.
I think so, yeah.
So what you could have done is you could have moved that Ravager over towards that top left corner. So instead,
I'll just confirm that for us. I think he's got 3 attacks hitting on 3s.
So that Ravager that here was up here could have gone across, shot anything else, and then charged that Plague Bearer. So we're just looking at the actual stats, combat stats, I should say, of a Ravager. It's not the most common question we get asked. So. Ravager. So 3 attacks.
Weapon skill 4+.
Weapon skill 4.
3 attacks,
strength 6.
Yep. Yeah. You get if you get 2 hits, you'll probably get 2 wounds. 1 or 2 wounds.
Yeah.
Only need 1 to go through.
No, you probably need to shoot it. Just shoot it.
Use 1 Ravager. Use 1 Disintegrator into it. 3 shots.
Just shoot it.
Fuck it.
Yeah. Overthinking it.
Yeah.
Overthinking it.
Trying to get too much out of it. Trying to get blood out of a stone.
Yep. Also, with this much time remaining, with Jeremy having to get 2 turns in, I would be seriously. I wouldn't want to spend too much time thinking about these obscure things. I'd be going, cool. All right, I want to get hull 1. I will notice. I think we've already done some. Maybe we've already done some shooting because.
Yeah, I no, it's not moving. That Raider's just moved.
Well, what happened to the models that were
Those
here?
2. I think maybe they popped to morale. I actually have no idea.
Well, they're gone.
Yeah, they are.
Fair.
Maybe we've got to take backsy going on.
Look, maybe.
So we've got Tony Not Panics. This got out of hand quickly. Look, it was just literally, he had a great summoning phase. He brought down 7 Plague Drones and a Bloodletter Bomb. They both made their charges, and they hit back significantly against. So in 2 turns, from that unit, he killed 5 out of 6 Talos, and 5 out of 7 Grotesques in 2 turns of combat. That's phenomenal. That's really good. There aren't a hell of a lot of armies that can do that through toughness 7, 4+, and feel no pains. And he just did it with Plague Drones, Plague Bearers, and Bloodletters. 2 troops choices.
Yep.
It's great. Yeah, it's so good.
So for those who are enjoying what you're seeing today, with the new little change we're doing with getting people in via Discord, special guest commentators, stats judges, etc. You like the roaming idea, we're going to try and do it. Maybe we might even try doing something with some kind of FaceTime-y kind of approach where we can still see the camera through it.
Yep.
We'll see how we go. If you like what you see, give us a follow on the channel. Head over to Patreon, which is just gone across the scroll at the bottom at the moment right now. Patreon.com/downunder_network. You can find us on Facebook, all of our socials, all that jazz. Give us some love. Like the page, follow the channel, become a patron if you feel that you get something out of it.
Give us a back rub, cut my hair. We'll get along great.
Yep. So we're going to try and get to as many events as we can, at least 1 a month this year. and put out more and more content
So
for you guys.
that is something we're a little bit different. So we are a dedicated streaming content creator. So we are dedicated to going to one GT level event a month, every month for 12 months.
Yep.
Every month of the year. Every month forever.
Thank you very
And
much,
we will
Baby
put out
Moomix.
consistent, high-quality content to you guys. Baby Moomix, did
Just hit the follow.
Did you just finish recording a Forge Narrative episode? Or did you finish listening to Forge Narrative? Because I listen to Forge Narrative, and I heartily enjoy it. I like the mix. It's got a good mix of what's going on currently in the game. It's got hobby tips. It's got in-depth analysis when it's applicable. It's just a good time.
Also, big shout out to the Army Painter, hashtag Get More Time for Gaming. They're scrolling along the bottom right now. They do great color primer sprays, wall paints, quick shades, and that scrolls too slow.
It does scroll too slow. And Battle Field.
No, all right, sorry. So basically, if you want to get your army to tabletop standard at a reasonable pace and get more time for gaming, head over, check out their stuff. The biggest thing I can suggest is head over to their Facebook page, hit that like, check out their recent videos with Nick Nanavati getting his Orc army ready for LVO in absolute ridiculous
3
time.
days.
You know what? I'd suggest, because there was a lot of people that said, "Oh, don't spray on the sprue, don't do this, don't do that." Look, all right. I would suggest doing the videos. Start at the very last one. I know that sounds odd. Start at the last one because you see the finished product.
Yeah.
And then start from the start.
You can see why.
And you can go why and how it worked.
Yeah. Baby Monix, thanks for listening to their advice. It sounds like it was pretty good advice.
Yeah.
All right, back to the game. I've got a couple of plague bearers that have been picked up from this middle squad. It looks like look how he's been quite clever. See that yellow herald? You circle that for us?
I can.
So Hayden Waldock's been quite clever. He's recognised he has an easy kill point for the Razorwing to pick up in that Nurgle Herald, and he's surrounded by plague bearers on all sides. So he can't be targeted in any way, shape, or form. That plague bearer on the top left of the left-hand side of the corner
is gone.
That was in the forest is gone.
Yeah, there was one sitting pretty much.
And the trees are being destroyed. Gosh.
There was one around here, which is gone. So that turn, he's managed to clear a few little points. He's actually going to jump up quite a bit. So I reckon there's a couple of mark for deaths.
I think he's going to get Killmore this turn.
And probably get Killmore.
So,
I don't think it's going to be enough to bridge that gap.
No,
I mean,
it's not.
there's no way he's bridging the 24 to 13 that's currently there.
But
as you said before, it's all about getting those extra points now. And Waldock, at this point, it's all about getting as many points as he can.
He wants to catapult up into the top rankings. So I will tell you one interesting thing. So bottom of turn 2, Hayden summoned 7 plague drones into this board.
Yeah.
So far, they've only taken wounds. There's not a single one has been reduced or taken off the board. I'm not even sure how many wounds that one's got on it. But so he has had 7. So he has had 3 turns with a 7 plague bearer, so plague drone unit. They have just gone ham.
Yep.
They picked up a whole unit of Talos. They contributed to picking up the 7 Grotesques. They killed Uri and Rakharth. They killed a unit of Rax. They now just killed a Ravager with summoning points, guys. Literally, if you're playing demons, look into summoning. I'm going to do the X again. Summoning is X Factor.
X Factor.
X Factor. It's lame as shit. That's the lamest thing we're going to do today. Congratulations, you were here to see it.
It's not. We'll do something stupid.
We'll figure out something. We'll
also, big shout out to OTP Terrain, another supporting sponsor. They've got a big offer, 15% off until the 1st of Feb. Go online to otpterrain.com and enter the code OTP 15%, scrolling along the bottom right now. They do 3D printed terrain from 6mm up to 32mm scale, from bunkers, bridges, ruins, crates, containers, all kinds of weird and wonderful stuff. Make sure you head over, check out their stuff. You can also search for OTB Terrain on Facebook.
That's right. The 2 JB Paintings question down on network. So after 3.5 rounds, who is your favourite to win? Currently, my 2 favourites to win are playing each other. That's Eric Lathuris and Matt Morrisoli. They're playing each other on the top table right now. So if I took that combination out of the pool, if I took either of those players out, that seeing as I know they're playing each other, one of them's going to get knocked out. Hayden Warlock from this performance has just put himself, in my mind, into the top kind of 3 or 4 people to get a podium in this event. And so Liam Hackett has done the same. Liam Hackett just knocked off the #1 RTC player in Australia, technically. He just knocked him off. And it sounds like he got a good win. He got 34 points out of him. 34 to 17.
No, it was 29 to 17, I believe.
29 to 17. That's actually that's a good win.
Yeah, that's a great win. So what you will end up seeing, I feel, going into rounds 4 and 5, is the top tables.
Yep.
Those wins are going to start getting smaller.
Being smaller and smaller, as the caliber of players gets closer.
You'll get less one-sided games. As I said, when I went over and looked at Morrisoli playing Eric, who are currently both ranked equal first on
and you
the
can quite comfortably
pairings.
say they're two of the best players in Australia.
They're both, hands down. They're both Australian ETC players.
So Eric has not dropped a tournament game in over 6 months, and Marisoli has dropped less than 3 tournament games in 6 months. So it's like, So those two playing each other is a crazy, crazy time. The reason they're not on stream right now is because we guarantee they're going to be on this. We're going to have to put them on stream later.
Well, yeah. So look, one of the other so we've had some requests to show Orcs. I reckon we're showing Liam Hackett's game next round.
Absolutely.
I think he'll be high enough scoring. It'll be Orcs. It'll be good seat at the Mega Knobs and the Looters combo. I'm a big fan of. So yes, let's check that out for the next stream.
We just
Eric. I'm glad we got to see it, but you have to give it to the TOs.
So we just had the scores come in from Eric Lathuras versus
Eric's 28 to Morrisoli's 22.
22.
Chelsea, who is the lovely Chelsea.
Who is the partner of Matt.
The partner of Matt. Partner in crime.
That's a big development. So Eric has just put himself on top of the totem pole to win this event. That's huge, guys. Huge. Yeah, look, going into that, I would have given Eric the matchup on, I think, player-wise, but I would have given Morrisoli the matchup list-wise.
Look, I've been saying, I think Eric's list is a little bit more left field. I think it's solid list.
That's why it works.
Yeah.
It's unconventional. People don't quite know how to handle it.
Yeah, I don't think Morrisoli wasn't keen on that game.
No, he wasn't keen on it. Not because on paper he doesn't win it, but because he knows the caliber of Eric.
Mate. Eric, Master Strider, Eric is a freak. And we mean that in a good way, that is. Yeah, top job by Eric taking on Matt number 1 Morrisoli. And now, for what it's worth, it's an 8-round event. So Eric is not in contention. So he is in contention to win Cancon. Obviously,
he's not in contention to win number 1 in Australia.
But he can't win number 1 in Australia. He's not high enough. So he cannot win the big, massive LVO trip.
Yep.
Whereas Morrisoli is still definitely in contention with that. So it'll be interesting to see how we go.
Nice. Back to this game.
And also, it's once again worth pointing out, both Eric and Morrisoli, good friends of us, good friends of Down Under Network.
Good friends of each other.
Good friends of each other.
Yeah.
Morrisoli will be pretty down on losing that game. But as I said, tough game, close game.
Good news from Matt.
Not much you can do about that.
Chris also dropped a game.
Yeah, Chris who was the other one of the others
Chris
in contention.
Chris got less points than Matt.
Yeah.
Chris got 17 or 19. Matt got 22.
Yeah.
And Chelsea's just gone over to give Matt a hug. He doesn't look too dejected. It's all right. He's just giving us a grimace.
Yeah.
He just said, I made one mistake and he got me. And that is literally what top table games come down to at a lot of the time.
Good egg.
That's it.
He's a good guy.
He's just said, if anyone's going to beat me, at least it's him. And so I think that's good sportsmanship.
Good attitude to have.
Play.
Totally Panics. In answer to your question, you can head over to, let's just chuck those results up. So the end of round 3 results, end of day 1, are currently up on Best Coast Pairings. I've just put the link there. The results are being entered manually by the TOs from the paper score sheet totals. And...
No, we're not willing to address it. Yak Hunter, did they kiss afterwards? I try to kiss all my opponents after the games. It forms a bond. I too try to kiss all my opponents. Not a lot of them like just put their face on my head and push away. But sometimes they let me in, or sometimes I sneak over. But I think they did have a cuddle. There's quite a bit of a height difference.
Yep.
Eric's diminutive is all shit, and Matt Morrisoli is a giant dude. So it would have been around the midriff, and it would have been a bit of a bear tussle, like, oh, hello, mate, how you doing? Yeah.
It would have been like a father and son cuddle.
Yak Hunter, if we play, I guarantee we will kiss. just you won't be able to. Yeah, it'll happen, man. Just looking at the board state. So we've just had Jeremy wrap up the top of turn 5, and he's gone up to 18 points. It actually looks like this might get a turn 5 finish. This might not get a 6.
Yeah, I don't see them quite getting the 6.
Yeah, well,
But look,
I don't see that.
they might talk it
They
through.
might talk it through. I think it's better off if they talk through a 6, because trying to push for it on the clock. What do we got on the clock? Oh, we've got literally 5 minutes, man. We got 5 minutes on the clock. So
So we are currently on top of turn 5. So Hayden's in his movement phase, I believe, or maybe even his assault phase. No, assault phase.
Baby Mumix. Eric Lathuris is currently playing Tyranids, and he is probably the hot tip to take this event. He's playing pure. He's playing Tyranids with a couple of Gene Steel Cold.
He's got Gene Steel Cold as well.
Yeah. So Gene Steel Cold Supreme Command, and what we call it the Gaunt Carpet. He has 180 Termagants.
Yep.
And he is just winning games. He's like, I don't need to kill much, but I can if I need to. You want to try and kill me? It's going to kill you to kill me from the caustic blood. But
Yep.
I'm going to sit every freaking objective. I'm going to use Spore Mines to stuff up all your best plays.
Yep.
And I'm just going to outscore you, dude. And he's got that down to a freaking art form.
Yeah, and with the amount of models he has, he doesn't use movement
They
trays.
finished,
but
15 minutes early.
and they have
That-
tons of
Dude,
models.
That was Horde on Horde.
That was Horde on Horde.
Chaos versus Horde Nids. Combined total of probably around 400 models.
Yeah.
And they got that done within 15 minutes at the end of the game. That's pretty good. Yeah, fantastic. Just checking out here, we've got the closing. He's just charged that Farseer. He's going to wrap it because he can. Only 180. So he's going to wrap it. Those Plague Bearers are going to stay safe at the end of this game. Jeremy's gone up to 18 points. I'm guessing that's because he's got a couple of kills. He's
so Jeremy's sitting 4 for Reaper, 4 for Recon, 3 for Mark for Death.
Yeah.
And he got kill 1, hold 1 in turn 5.
So he's done really well with his secondaries.
He'll probably get, or he might get kill more because he picked up a couple of small units. So he'll probably get kill more.
Well, with the move that we've got here, wrapping the Farseer, it's definitely not going to get marked for death.
Yep.
It's not going to happen. But look, he's still got 11 points out of his secondaries in a losing game. That's a very good job.
Yep.
That shows the caliber of the player.
That will score him a number of Dream Team points.
Yeah, we'll actually, yeah.
That's a bold move, Carton.
We're going to get at least like 3 of those in a day.
Cotton?
Cottons, yeah.
Yeah.
Past that, the Plague Drones look like they've charged both the Ravagers. Not sure if that's the right. Well, it's the last turn of the game. Maybe stuff it.
Hard to know exactly how many wounds are on those Ravagers. If they've taken a few, that could be a reasonable option.
Absolutely, that's absolutely right.
Also, he definitely wanted to charge the middle one. So let me just bring the overlay up. Definitely wanted to charge this one. So what he did, he measured this guy was in range. So he's at least contesting this objective, if not holding it. I can't see if there are any other models like under here. It's a little hard to see from the angle we're at. Well, he's done some wounds on the middle Ravager, but definitely has not killed it.
Looks like he's charged his Flux Masters in there as well.
Possibly.
Yeah, so that's a
there's some
you just like stuff it, just throw it all in.
The other Herald looks like it's there. Interesting placement. Look, he might be in range, and I'm just not seeing
there's
it.
A model here, man. There's a model right here.
Oh, right there?
Yep.
A little hard to see. Yep. Oh, Ravager's dead.
One Ravager down. He's even got a Noble Herald into that Raider at the bottom.
Liam got a big win against Christopher Wright.
And might be playing Liam.
Deathwatch is doing quite well. Yep. We'll do I might do a roving interview with the reigning champion.
Yeah.
At some stage. Get him on. Yeah.
Because I desperately need to go to the toilet.
Well, do you want to have Eric on?
Yeah, actually.
Eric.
Eric.
All right, let me mute me for a sec so I can scream across the room.
Hey, Eric. Eric. You want to commentate the last turn of Walduck? You want to commentate with me the last turn of Walduck?
Commentate the last turn with Walduck, man. Commentate the last turn of his game.
All right, we're bringing on Eric.
Eric the man.
He's about to get a nice.
Now watch your step. What? All right, watch your step on the blue cable and you should be good. All right, chuck that bad boy on. So,
up, lads?
No C-bombs, anything else free game. All right. We're being hosted by some channels that probably don't appreciate some of the Australian language.
You mean some of the Queensland language?
Mate, Dan Martin Dan Martinzovic, and he. All right, let's jump on in. So we're in the bottom of turn 5. So it's just it's a dying end of the game.
Yeah, okay.
Warduck's on 24-18 in quite a dominant position. So it's the assault. It's still the assault phase. So basically, there was. Let's just chunk that overlay. There was a Ravager here.
Yep.
There's still one here, and there's one there. The Plague Drones, which he summoned on turn 2, have dominated. They've taken out two. I want to say one. Well, taken out one Ravager. They've taken out 3 Grotesques. They've taken. 3 Talos, bunch of Grotesques. So it was a solid effort. And that looks like they're just putting in the scores for the turn on the old score sheet. There's very little time left in the round. If I was them, I'd just talk out the final turn. I don't think they have enough time on the clock, either their clocks or the big clock. But all we have left is a Ravager up the top. So we have a Ravager, an Archon. There's a Farseer here that...
Are they all Plague Bearers?
They have Plague Bearers that have just wrapped that Farseer. I don't know if he's even done that combat. It may be irrelevant. Yeah, they've just shaken hands.
Sweet.
I think it's just been, all right, cool, I needed enough to get kill more, is my guess. Yep. All he's done is, see, smart player with time management, especially in the final turns. Get, especially if you're going second.
Yeah.
You just go, all right, I've got my kill more. This bit doesn't matter. We're going to skip it. We're going to, it doesn't matter if I got it or didn't get it. So let's just not roll those dice.
Well, playing that Dark Elder army is pretty hard to push back against Plague Bearers.
Yeah.
Just take the ball back.
Well, he clocked. So the Dark Elder player pushed forward on turn 1 with a screen of racks, then the Grotesques and the Talos behind. So basically it was pointy hammer and anvil. Not that you can tell that from now, but basically he pushed forward. It was like racks, well probably more like racks, Grotesques, Talos. All right.
Is it $6?
Yeah, 2 units of 3. The Plague Bearers pushed forward. Mate, he could not roll a 5-up save. These Plague Bearers just disappeared. I reckon he didn't actually get a kill point, but he killed close to 2, maybe 3 units. Maybe 2, I think it was close to 2 units in the Dark Elder's turn 2. Just demolished these Plague Bearers. Didn't get a kill point, but, got them down quite significant. And then bang, summon Plague Drones. All she wrote. Also summoned a Bloodletter Bomb. So he summoned 7 Plague Drones and 25 Bloodletters. Yeah. Which is just the sweets, it's just the exact number of points he pretty much had.
You're number 1 fan, mate.
Sorry, the Down Under Network. Yeah, the Down Under Network logo on his head. Yeah, halfway through his first turn, I went over with a marker and said, "Do you mind?"
Is it a permanent marker?
It's a fabric marker. We could iron it, and it would stay.
Be awkward going to work for a bank with a new tattoo.
Yeah, how funny would that be? Doesn't wash out. Doesn't wash out. So, how did your game go?
Yeah, it was pretty good. Morrisoli just committed too early.
Yep.
Came in turn 1 with his Angors, killed most of the Gaunt unit, not enough to get kill 1, and then I kind of answer back and cripple a unit, leave it on no dude, so I can kind of take that kill whenever I need it.
Yep.
And I think we both agree if he held off a little bit, he wins that game 95% of the time. Just be patient. Waits, he's got to wait out the Steelers. Then I hit and do nothing, kill some Plague Bearers, maybe kill the unit, and then lose the unit of Steelers in return.
I think that the Nid list, though, really, really suits your more defensive play style.
Yeah,
though.
100%. 100%.
I think Morrisol is definitely more aggressive play style. I'm definitely more an aggressive play style.
That's why it comes weird to him that being patient is going to win that game.
Yeah. It's a tough one. So we've played a number of times. We had a mirror match at Oz Masters.
Yeah, that was good.
ETC style missions based out of 1 Maelstrom.
Yep.
Yeah, that was literally it. It was. I don't think we really did much. Do we even really engage?
We didn't even do a combat.
Yeah, we didn't really engage. Flyers did around a little bit, and it just came down to who. I think a number of our games have come down to my first 2 to 3 turns picking up a score objective 1. Oh, that's in my deployment zone, and you're getting score objective 1. So oh mate,
that first Queensland Masters, mate.
That one, yes, that was 5th edition. I believe I'm the only non-Queenslander to win a
Yep.
Queensland Masters
Probably.
event. And basically that was the old Fate Crusher, Fate Fiend Crusher list versus a fairly eclectic Grey Knight list. And
That list was awesome.
yeah, I love that list. Basically took Fate Weaver. Fate Weaver didn't come down in the primary. Oh, sorry, primary wave didn't come down until like turn 3 or something. And when Fate Weaver came down, he pretty much came down by himself. I went Rifleman Dread, bang, like 1 wound. No, it was like 3 wounds.
No, it was 1. Because as soon as you did 1 wound, I
you knew you were gone.
Every game I played with
Fail leadership check. See you later.
Every time I played with Hayden, 1 auto cannon wound was Fate Weaver gone every time.
So they're finalising their scores now. So the final scores are in. Yeah, final scores are in. 29-18 to Hayden Waldock's Chaos Demons. With solid effort there. 4 big aim hunter points, 3 mark for death points, 4 recon. So almost capped out secondaries, not quite.
Yeah.
And Jeremy got 4 for Reaper, which he was always going to get. 4 for recon and 3 for mark for death. So it's
4 for recon's good effort.
Yeah. Well, I guess he was able to keep those
flyers
ravages
count,
and the
though.
flyers. Yeah. Yep. It was good. All right. So we're probably going to wrap this up and get some lunch. Into some more help Chelsea with the data entry of score sheets. She's been an absolute gem of score sheets entering. So we can actually have some lunch. Woo!
Yay.
Well, we didn't really. I didn't eat pretty much yesterday.
Nice. It's always good.
Yeah. All right. So big plug to Godhammer Gaming. So if you head over to Facebook and do a quick search on Godhammer Gaming, this guy writes a whole bunch of articles. If you want to know how his NID list works, he's written a whole bunch of articles pretty much explaining that. Talking about tournament wins. You want to plug anything? Or you have me doing it?
That's all right. You're doing a good job.
Yeah, head over to Frontline. It's Frontline Gaming. Them too, because they're hosting us. Now head over to Godhammer Gaming. Everyone has gaming in their name.
That's it. Well, it's just easier.
Yeah.
It's just easier to think.
Yeah, head over to Godhammer Gaming. Check them out. They do some battle reports. Simon has been doing his time-lapse recording of his games.
Yeah.
I have no doubt he'll be doing some post-tournament footage. So it'd be great to get that out there. Another quick plug of our sponsors, Army Painter. Basically, if you want to get your armies painted nice, quick,
Did Martino
until tabletop standard. Check that
Martino
out.
win?
And 1 second. Yeah, you know what? It's all right. I'll mute you off. There we go. Give me that back. Thanks, man. All right. Yes. So big plug for where I was up to the Army Painter. Yes. Get more time gaming by the spray. Where am I going? All right.
We're gonna plug our sponsors and jump
Yeah, I was mid-plugging, then I was mid-plugging. All right, so yes. So basically, if you want to see what the Army Painter is really all about, it's all about getting armies to a good, solid standard in a reasonable amount of time. Head over to Facebook and do a quick search on the Army Painter. They'll pop up. And you'll be able to see videos of Nick Nanavati, the reigning ITC champion, and his 72-hour marathon of getting these armies done, his 4,000-ish point orcs, in time for LVO, which in a couple of weeks. Awesome. Big plug to OTP Terrain, who do 3D printing, wargaming terrain. They've got a big massive sale of 15% off until the 1st of Feb. Basically, enter the code OTP 15%. It's scrolling across the bottom at the moment.
50% off is legit.
It's massive. And head over to www.otpterrain.com and enter that code when you purchase stuff. We've also got 3 vouchers to give away. One is to the most valuable viewer, so get involved in the chat. That's how we judge it. That's any kind of involvement. That could be correcting us, that could be trolling us, that could be anything we feel like you're being valuable to the stream. We love to support the guys, gals, and anyone else who's interested in listening. They're giving a voucher for that. We give a voucher for the Down Under Network Dream Team competition, which you can find over on downunderpairings.com. And I'm just going to chuck the link to that up. So the Dream Team is locked in, so you can't change your team. Unfortunately, can't join now. You have to do that before the end of round 1. And currently, there's a couple of score sheets which we need to get, see if we can work out what the details were. We only have the totals for round 1, which made things a little difficult.
Yeah.
So some of the players don't have Dream Team points when they should. We will do our best to correct that. Unfortunately, there might be very little we can do, but we'll see how we go. But Peter Platel, the Australian ETC captain for 2019, is currently in the lead with 869 Dream Team points. And I would like to point out there that one of his players, being Hayden Walduck, we've got some issues with Dream Team points, and he's showing up a 0. So he should always have a bunch more there as well. So if, for example, the Dream Team was to finish right now, Pete would win a $35 voucher to OTP Terrain, and the highest ranked, the player with the most number of Dream Team points at the end of the event will also get a prize, which at the end of round 3 was currently Matt Morrisoli with 297, but that might get updated as time goes on. All right, we might chime on out now, and we will go grab something to eat. We are due to start back at
1:30, I believe. No, 1:20.
Let's just... Oh, I've got it right here.
Yeah, no, it's 1:20, guys.
Yes, we are due back to start at 1:10.
10. Okay.
There we go. I'm glad I looked.
We have some data entry to do.
All right.
In the downtime, we have some food to eat, and we have some people to high five.
All right, so thanks everyone for sticking with us, and we'll see you in a little over an hour.
See you on the other side. Beautiful people.
Peace.
Bye.